I'm going to try to name them all before this guy taps out. Bet on submission props, spreads, same game parlays. You can also bet live, over-unders, futures. Hang in there. Only about a dozen left. New customers bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. DraftKings, the best place to bet UFC. Double champion, takedowns landed, knockout fights. So many bet types, right? Touch a beat.
DC's landed several of those right leg kicks. There's another one. John switching stances perhaps because of it.
Cormier closes the distance, rips the body, doing a pretty good job getting inside of that reach of John Jones. That's what DC's got to do, is not get caught up chasing Jones, following him, but head him off. Double left hook right hand by DC. Nice landed right behind the ear. Now Jones. DC saying you're missing.
Beautiful two shots. Left hook and a right uppercut.
Big uppercuts. Now DC's getting him coming in. Breaking his posture. Got Jones grabbing for clinch and he's hitting him.
Jones with a high kick.
DC just oozing confidence here.
This is absolutely a different Daniel Cormier than their first fight.
Fighting Gustafsson helped him a ton. You gotta believe that. A longer, lankier striker. And that's paid dividends in this matchup with Jones as well. He's had experience while Jones was out, and he's made the best of it.
Nice knee to the body.
I mean, that trip was beautiful, and the recovery from Jones was beautiful. I mean, these guys are just...
Yeah, we got some Bo Nicks.
There are tons of ways to bet on the big fight with DraftKings Sportsbook. So many, I'm going to try to name them all before this guy taps out. Bet
Let
on
me get
submission
those pulled
props,
out
spreads,
for you. I'll
same
show you what kind of
game
Bo
parlay.
Nicks we
You can also
got.
bet live, over-unders.
I mean, these are easily the two best light heavyweights of all time.
QBs. He should be in here. Let's see what we got.
Jones retreating.
He's just having a hard time reaching John. Oh, John landed a high kick. He's hurt.
DC was stunned by that head kick.
There's one Bo Nicks. There's two Bo Nicks. These are the two Bo Nicks we're sitting on right now.
Here comes Johnny Bones with the ground and pound. Cormier trying to survive.
He's out. He's out.
John Jones has done it. John Jones is back.
Those are the two Bo Nicks we got right now. I don't think there's any patches of him.
A valiant effort from the now former champion
No
Daniel
patches.
Cormier.
Let me see.
Patient John Jones
Any
finds his window
duos?
and there are tons of ways to bet
Let's
on
see
the
if
big
we got
fight with
any
DraftKings
duos.
Sportsbook. So many, I'm going to try to name them all.
Dude, I'm so fucking tired of this commercial.
Bet on
Like every 3
submission props,
seconds, you're
spreads,
gonna pop this commercial. What the fuck?
closes the show.
DC is still down. That was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Hey, no problem. Do your thing, my guy.
Yeah, and as emphatic.
You need to expand your horizon. Optic and prisms. That's it. That's it, huh?
And there's the head kick. He started it all off. Perfect placement.
He said, I only buy optic and prism.
John moves in and closes the show.
And that's just
Fair enough, my guy. You can argue with that.
He tripped him there. John moves in for the kill. Kick to the body. And dropped some horrible elbows on him.
Hey, to each their own, my guy.
Way too hurt here to do anything.
I'm not here to debate. I'm just here to create.
Big John gives him
There are tons of ways
Oh,
to bet
this
on the big
fuck
fight with
it. All right,
DraftKings
we're done with
Sportsbook.
this.
So many, I'm going to try to name them all before this guy taps out. Bet
Yeah,
on
you
submission
keep
props,
saying that,
spreads,
my guy.
same game.
Every fucking 30 seconds. Nobody cares about that.
That's a wrap.
So John Jones becomes. There are tons of ways
Oh,
to bet on the big fight with DraftKings
You're
Sportsbook. So many.
done, Brody.
I'm gonna try to name them
You're
all
done.
before this guy taps out. Bet on submission props, spreads, same game parlay.
You're
You
done.
can also bet
You're
live,
done.
over-unders, futures. Hang in there.
You're done. You're done. You're done. The shit they be having on YouTube, bro, I tell you. Let's see. Let's play some hip. Let's play some hip hop. Mixed hip hop. Mixed hip hop.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into an art form.
Get out of here. I need to pull my laptop over. I gotta push the pedal, different level. Put them horns up in the air and bang your head like heavy metal. Push the pedal, different level. Put them horns up in the air and bang your head like heavy metal. Bang your head to rocket height. This is how I party every night. Pop a bottle, maybe three. Don't break your girl, so be with me. These are not lines. I spit your sex. I roll my bluff like baseball bears. Wanna party? I'm the guy, guaranteed to get you high. Think about it. I'm the man. No one can do this like I can. Detroit City, 313 is 7 Mile. I'm Big D. We got the full box open. We got singles. Holla at your boy. That's why I know I'm safe at night at the club. I don't drink, but I'm a boss, so drinks on me. Pretty women on the pole. Show me how you make that dough. Bend over, arch it back. Let me see you work that stack. Up and down, make it bounce by 3 a.m. She's at my house. Panties dropping. Clean off that camera. Let me clean off that camera. And after that, I'll be right back to this rap shit, cause ain't no stopping the star when time's running out. Time's running out, I gotta push the button, different level, put them ones up in the air and bang your head like heavy metal. Time's running out, I gotta push the button, different level, put them ones up in the air and bang your head like heavy metal. Time's running out, I gotta push the button, different level, put them ones up in the air and bang your head like heavy metal. Time's running out, I gotta push the pedal, different level, put the ones up in the air and bang your head like heavy metal. Gas pedal got stuck. No freaks, I ain't tripping. I'ma be in this bitch for a minute. Bro's gonna be heartbroken when he finds out Prism and the Optic ain't gonna have the logos no more. Open your horizons, my guy. It's a fight for a lesser card. No, it's not a lesser card, my guy. Okay, let's party jumping. I'm digging the vibes. I'm getting them high. They feeling the world. They hit them and they can have a good time. You rocking with us? No doubt. Let's keep this shit going up. I'll have you overflow. I need motion, Joe. Overdose. The way we switch and flow, leave you speechless with your flow. We'll keep the party going only if you keep rolling with us, cuz. Motherfucker, we are the buzz. Party vibes are live with us. Detroit, that dirty blood. Time's running out, I gotta push the button. Different level, put the ones up in the air and bang your head like heavy metal. Time's running out, I gotta push the pedal. I don't think people can see that. So let me move this out the way. Let's push these over toward here. Let's grab our iPad.
Big retailers don't want you to have this zoom lens, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. So there's this new super powerful monocular, and it's got the zooming power of a military-grade sniper scope. It's already banned from Home Depot, Amazon, Walmart, all those big box stores.
Let's set her up on what you
Now
would call it.
the company behind it is cutting out the middleman, selling over 1.5 million units in the last month. All
Great.
without
We got that momentum. Yeah, we got that momentum. We got that momentum that be driving us crazy. JD, don't be a pain in the ass, JD. That's the kind of mindset I got on me, so tell me how the hell you gonna stop it. You can't.
My city did that to me. It made me a motherfucking monster. Better yet, it made your boy your beast.
When you look me in my eyes, you can see that's handle business.
If I tell you to watch your back, just know I really meant it.
I don't go making threats, but I will go make a visit. Pull up and pop out. I'm always on momentum pushing.
It's time to pick it up. We jump in the game and we're running it. Gaining momentum, we're hustling. You know,
Hawkins, welcome in.
the pen is a weapon, I swing like a samurai. Anything like samurai.
You need an emerald, but it's a mirror.
The question is, will you survive the momentum?
Who let him?
In the building with all that pressure, he applying it and they trying it, but ain't no way that he gon' let up. He's too late for that. He meant what he said, won't take it back. And he don't play with that. He's so done with all the faking action. No time of the day for that.
He pushing and putting the work in. Where did I put my?
They think that's me. Think these days ain't what they seem, and a lot they say so hard to believe. Cause I see before when they lie, and I see before when they try, and I see the day that they cry.
Cause I can see the pain in my eyes.
You makes you tough. Sometimes I know it seems too much. Just when you think you got it rough, gotta think of the ones that don't wake up. That's why you fight for them and fight for you. What's right for them and what's right for you. We're the ones that you can see right through. We're the ones that act so tight with you. That's just like make it right. Keep momentum, aiming straight. Find your target, keep it in sight, and know that things gon' be alright. I'm saying. Time to pick it up. We jump in the game and we're running it. Getting the momentum, we're hustling. You know we're not to be tussled with. The pen is a weapon, I swing like a samurai. If you're a samurai, only the emerald, right? Like a samurai. The question is, will you survive the momentum? I'm off the handle at work. You know, die in the clock.
We work.
Motherfucker, keep pushing. Till the lifters are hurt. You take that half the day to deserve. Make it worse every minute you're giving. If you're lucky to get them, go get it. Don't stop, we got a grip in the millions. That box positions up, bitch, I get it. Let me get that, we'll take back. This is my random position. We'll take it. I've been the boss, but I won't let me take a loss. I keep getting up to the lesson. Who wanna step to the weapon? Who advantage? It's a time you can't get back. It's a thought to get you mad. It's your turn of the rushing up. When we only escape is gonna have my bad. Didn't mean to be a killing me with a thing. Every time I stretch the ink on this band, you gotta take the good with the bad. No, don't you? You both know the animosity that you show. No, the truth to me that you got hope. Fantasies, I can't let you breathe anymore. My enemies even know don't fuck me when it comes to these notes. I'm still a beast. No animal control in the streets. Don't keep me home. It's not safe anymore.
It's time to pick it up.
We jump in the game and we're
We're
running.
running it.
Getting the momentum, we're
Hustling.
hustling. You know we're not to be
Tussled with. The pen is a weapon, I swing like a samurai. Alright, the question is, will you survive? I'm gonna try to get you guys a little bit closer there. Try to at least. We got that momentum. There you go. There you go.
Wait, if you or someone you know was detained at any Michigan juvenile detention facility, including Wayne County, Shawano, Maurice Spear, WJ Maxey, or Bay Pines Center, this is the money glitch that's getting former detainees.
Let's see. Let's see what we can find on the TV. Let's watch some Pawn Stars. Yeah. You can do it.
70% off icon.
Come on, you can do it. Get it together.
With friends, not mosquitoes. SC Johnson.
I had tens of thousands of dollars hanging over my head. If I was only making minimum payments, it would have taken me 54 years to pay this off. At National Debt Relief, you have someone in your corner that's fighting for you.
Whether it's credit card, medical, or personal loan debt, National Debt Relief can help you to become debt-free.
National Debt Relief was able to reduce my debt by over $21,000. National Debt Relief
By
got me out of debt.
21,000.
Or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to find out how you can become debt-free.
Macy's one-day sale is the one sale you can't miss. Get Levi shorts for under $30. Classic summer kicks half off. Plus, sheet sets starting at $9.99. Macy's
$9.99.
one-day sale starts tomorrow.
Okay, you guys know your love language.
Try to get you a little better
Yeah.
picture up
Okay.
there without having a phone fall.
It's quality time and I guess physical touch.
Good.
Yeah, about the same actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
the same.
Great.
I pretty much all of them though.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Breathe with love over there. Right?
Sounds like my wife. Yeah.
I identify with all of them.
Yeah. You know, the love language can be used against you.
Yeah, for sure.
Really.
For sure.
Welcome in, welcome in. We got the pull box, we got singles.
Oh, man.
We
And you
also
get
have
two
Funko
different
Pops.
versions of the same language.
I need to add them in the shop as well. Just haven't done that yet.
It's like my version of quality time versus my wife's quite different.
Me too.
Man. Yeah. So I say, oh, that was quality. Let's do that. I don't think so. Yeah. Everybody in this category, they have very.
I'll get those Funko Pops added into the shop.
Weird love languages.
Give me a few seconds
My
here.
quality time is just stay close. Just stay close.
Don't talk, just be close.
Drink what I drink.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Drink what I drink.
That's disgusting.
Oh, it's working.
But he's also into it a
No,
little bit,
that's
man.
actually that's
Go
cool.
to inventory.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
I don't know. Like,
Just to
even though,
experience it,
like,
just to experience it, it's
I don't
like,
know.
does she have to suck it up and hold it?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then he's got to bring it across?
Feels like there's a lot going on here. He is looking only into her eyes.
Oh, yeah, he is. She's like, it's working. I love you, and you love me. Oh, man.
Shaving at the beach?
Yeah, that's it.
You can
We're adding the Funko Pops, and now
I do not understand why you wouldn't do this before you get to the beach, you know.
Just charge up the razor?
Man, charge it up, get some oil on me, and shave me.
Where's it going?
Just,
Right back in the sand.
give me that pumpkin love.
Yeah.
All their anniversaries on Halloween.
No, it's not. They're just weird.
Man, that's cute.
It's July.
Man, it's cute if it wasn't July.
It is.
Oh,
No.
oh my god. They should have switched roles maybe.
Yeah. What's wrong for sure? Him going down and under is insane.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. He went
welcome
under.
in, everybody. What the fuck?
Okay, I don't know if this is legal or not. Oh man, don't you get me going. Don't you catch a spark in me. Don't you get me fired up.
Yeah,
This is just how love works. We'll be right back with more ridiculous things.
All right. All the Funko Pops should be in the shop as well. I'll be adding another 50 or 60 more today.
Want to see the footage.
Tuesdays up with Tammy and Tamar.
I love the crack a case, baby.
For unfaithful lovers.
Have any questions, feel free to ask. We got the pull box. We got singles.
Living as a squatter in your home. No, I'm out.
It's time to get caught up in MTV Tuesdays.
Girl, now where we need to be.
It all starts with Caught in the Act Unfaithful at 8, followed by Caught in the Act Double Life at 9.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here. Hey, bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
Only in theaters.
We got this. I don't got this. Hiding depression
I wonder
is
if they got
It's
any
more than just sadness.
sport.
My doctor told me it's multiple symptoms.
You got
Depression can mean
sports?
you don't enjoy the things you used to love. You can't focus.
Let's
Feel
look
guilty
for
when you
some
should. You
sport.
don't have energy to do anything. It's time for a different approach. My doctor told me about Trintellix, a prescription medicine for adults with depression. It's been proven to treat the overall symptoms of depression.
Trintellix increases the risk of suicidal thoughts and actions in people 24 and younger. Call a doctor right away if you have these or newer worsening depression, or newer sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings. Trintellix is not for use in children. Do not take with MAOIs. Tell your doctor about all medicines you take to avoid a life-threatening condition. Increased risk of bleeding may occur, especially if taken with aspirin, NSAID, pain relievers, or blood thinners. Manic episodes, eye problems, low sodium levels, and sexual problems can occur. Suddenly stopping Trintellix may cause serious side effects. Common side effects include nausea, constipation, and vomiting.
I'm going to talk to my doctor again about Trintellix.
Ready when you are. Ask your doctor if Trintellix could be right for you.
So, you're trying to find the one, but all you find are overpromisers that underdeliver. But you know what? Not anymore. Over 5.3 million women chose Dove Aluminum Free. And this is the one for me.
Tired of struggling with impossible messes in your tub and shower? Mr. Clean Foaming Bath Magic Eraser cuts
I don't
through
think we
100%
have this, do
of the
we?
grime that some sprays leave behind, and it replaces multiple cleaning products. Switch to Mr. Clean Foaming Bath Magic Eraser.
Macy's one.
We'll find out in a minute.
Will Blackman, who texted me and said if it gets an MVP, that will help the case, which seems like that would be a fair assessment. Meanwhile, we've made reference to tight end you going down in Nashville. Apparently, the dudes are doing some other things besides playing football.
Huh.
Now, dude, get down. Get down. Wait, right? Oh, it sounds
still
amazing.
sounds tinny.
So great.
Little tinny.
Way to go.
You brought the sticks here. How these guys do?
Man, it's funny. George Kittle swings a driver like I think George Kittle would swing a driver.
You don't question angry
Clear power.
Yeah.
Like angry. So
What about Greg Stagger stance? Are you approve of that?
yeah, I got a little stagger in my
Look at that. Oh, here we go.
Look at the back foot. Huh? Look at the back.
That's
We need to see it. We need to see it right now. What you got?
too.
We need to see it. Let me see the form right now.
I got the LB increase.
Oh, yeah.
Well played.
He said, I don't want to crease the shoes. What the fuck?
The goose, the grime, the bunk. How do you get it off? Hi, Adam J here for Abracadabra, the contractor strength wonder cleaner that removes the toughest stuff on the planet like magic. Abracadabra is strong enough for my job site, yet gentle enough to work wonders on your home. Abracadabra does what other products can't. Now this is a big problem. Abracadabra has the muscle to melt expanding foam like snow. Remove pure grease in a single swipe. And Abracadabra is gentle enough to remove duct tape from this tissue. Now that's amazing. Nothing's quicker on tape and stickers than Abracadabra. Remove stubborn gum in your hair or anywhere. And crayon marks on the wall disappear before your eyes. And off the paper too. For cruddy caulk and sealants, now break that bond with a touch of your wand. Get tar off that car in a flash. Melt sap away with a spray. And grimy rims sparkle like new. Abracadabra works wonders on concrete. Oil stains disappear. Tire marks vanish.
It's delicate enough to clean the makeup off my blouses, the dirt on my shoes, and even the dirtiest, greasiest oven.
Nasty barbecue with Abracadabra. Just dip it and strip it, and you'll be grilling in no time. Clean tar off this $100,000 car faster than you can say Abracadabra. Make just one thing spotless, and Abracadabra pays for itself. And if you're not completely satisfied, keep the bottle and
will refund your money 100%. Call or go online to order your 8-ounce bottle of Abracadabra Wonder Cleaner now, and we'll upgrade your order to our jumbo 16-ounce bottle at no charge. Order now.
None of us make it very far alone. It takes a team. A community that writes off no one and believes in the potential of everyone. Protects spaces where children don't just get by, but thrive. And chooses to not just listen to one another, but learn from one another. Having a team like that changes the
Dude, you
game.
know how we work good. Pull box is open. We got singles, football, basketball, hockey. We got 52 cards out of 60 left in the pull box. 3 out of 4 chasers. 5 pull options to choose from. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10. If you're looking for singles or a certain team, shout out that team. We also got Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, throw your boy an offer. Let's go.
I feel like you're going to do what you do, which is stir the pot.
Oh, you guys know I like to stir the pot, man. It wouldn't be an offseason without another top 5 list. We're going to talk about tight ends. Which one of your tight ends did not make the list? Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt. But it's GMFB on a Thursday. Let's go.
Welcome inside our NFL Network studios. You know, I
Be
feel
over
like we
it.
have a responsibility on the show to entertain and also educate. But that education is not just
Top of the morning, everybody. Top of the morning. Pull box is open. 52 cards out of 60. 3 out of 4 chasers still left. We have 5 pull options. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10. If you're looking for singles, shout out your team. We'll go through some cards and we'll see if we can find one you're looking for. We also got Funko Pops in the shop as well. If you see one you like, throw your boy an offer on whatever one you're liking. Have any questions? Feel free to ask. All buyers do receive freebies as well.
Philly artist. Listen, 50 Cent.
Okay. Oh,
Some Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I just mix it all up.
Hey, you all in there.
Yeah,
What you got?
I need something that's going to get me hyped before the game. To be honest, I go with Gunna. Love Gunna. Like Future. You know, he gets me in the right mindset before the game, especially I'm trying to hit somebody, get somebody to the ground. And then, you know, a sleeper pick for me is Playboy Cardi. He really gets me right. You know, I feel like I can go out there, fly around, have fun. Yeah. Enjoy my time out there.
Okay. What you got, Charlie?
Now I listen to a lot of gospel, but the show got a route with my dog Yak Attack Kodak.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, but
What you got, Yam? You're not getting out of this, Yam.
Well, you look, the ultimate Eminem, Lose Yourself, has got it. That's on the short list now. That's, you know, but I'm also like early 2000s.
Let me see you walking around with a hoodie down the street.
He said, "Let him catch him walking with a hoodie down the street."
And I know you're dropping some gospel.
Yeah, we got to have a little bit in there.
Take things up. But Quentin is here today, so it is time.
What's
for
up, people? What's up? We got the pull box open. We got singles. We got Funko Pops. You guys got any questions? Holla at your boy.
Last time we saw Matthew Stafford on the field, though, nearly took out the eventual Super Bowl champs. The Eagles on the road. I know it's still
Matthew
into
Stafford.
my brain. Regular season, Stafford threw for nearly 3,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, just 8 picks as they got to the NFC West Division Championship matchup. So I think the obvious question, and maybe I'll just set this up for you because you're going to say it's the Super Bowl here, but for the rest of us, we need to dissect.
Let's go Lions.
Is in this NFC. So make a compelling case why you guys are leaders.
One pride, baby. One pride.
You look at the new additions that we got over the offseason. Devontae Adams, Poona Ford, Nate Landman. These are all guys and pivotal guys that came into our organization that are going to make a direct impact. I think the biggest question really is how is Devontae going to kind of mix and mingle with Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford? And you take a look about the high-powered offense that we have now. You take a look at, you know, how Sean McVay has been successful over the course of his career. And Matthew
Trying to
Stafford
give you guys a better picture of
tenure,
the screen without the phone falling over.
fantastic shot of being, you know, top contender in the NFC. And, you know, I'm very, very excited to see what these guys are going to do. I expect, you know.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in.
No, I think the Rams are a really talented young
Thomas
team.
Vin, welcome in.
Overlooked that last year. They played really well. They had a lot of good players, and especially I look at their defense because, you know, we go against the defense so much. They got a lot of young talent on the defensive line. Was two.
It don't matter how they match up to the NFC. Come to the NFC North, you getting that head crack.
Too. And I think once you start building youth and the young guys are starting to produce and look really good, I mean, you got a good shot.
I think the Rams got a great team. Really adding Devontae takes things to a whole nother level. And I don't see like any drop off from him to Cooper Kupp. And I think what they built last year, you know, they weren't too far. I mean, that game with the Eagles came down to the wire, so you know that they're that close, and you know they have to win the formula.
Goose's cards, welcome in.
Yeah, from the receiver standpoint, all right, you've been around the league for a minute. You have had a great impact at the receiver position. How much of an impact do you foresee Davante Adams having on the Rams, especially playing across from Puka Nacua?
Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful sight to see, especially him in that system.
You know, they need to start using regular numbers for these Super Bowls with all these goddamn letters they got to put in for the Roman numerals.
You still look at the squad as the team?
Listen, as long as Coach McVay is the head coach, I always look at this team as a strong outfit. You know, obviously they're in the NFC West. There's that whole division.
Don't come to the NFC North. You're going to get that head crack, I promise.
San Francisco, you know, had a lot of injuries.
NFC
Seattle,
North is
coach trying
bad.
to that regime. You know, Arizona still trying to find their way and create an identity. But the Rams, you always know are going to be tried and true. You know, all they do is continue to add pieces that are going to be impactful. Obviously, Cooper Kupp leaves. Davante Adams comes in. We're all excited about what that offense is going to look like. And then that defensive line with Versa and everybody, that whole thing is nasty. That's the one element that they have always had, but it used to be coming from the inside with Aaron Donald. Now they have it coming from the outside. So if they can go out there and get the ball back in the hands of the offense, put some points up with that head coach, yeah, you got to be on alert.
Well, you're talking about this offense, and I know you made reference to it, and Chosen actually brought it up. But Quentin, the reality is, you know, it's not necessarily sometimes about the X's and O's. It's the Jimmies and Joes. In the last couple of years, Cooper Kupp has been, in a lot of ways, and I know there's a transition to Puka, but it's been kind of the face of the franchise here. How does a move away from a receiver like that impact inside that locker room?
It was tough. When we first heard the news that Cooper Kupp wasn't going to come back, it was more so him, the locker room atmosphere. He's a great father, a great man, a great teammate. He's always going to put his guys around him first.
We got the pull box open. We have singles. We got Funko Pops.
What are you going to do to fill the void?
All information for the pull box is right there on the screen. Give it a read.
The same effect. And what I saw,
let me see. You might need to scoot that up a little closer for you guys.
A guy that's workforce. He's work first.
Put that in a little closer for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's what I'm here for.
I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. There were some days where it's like,
if you got singles you're looking for, shout out your team. We'll go through that team and see if there's anything you like. We also got Funko Pops in the shop. You see any of those you like, make your boy an offer. We got 5 pull options in the pull box. 52 cards left. 3 chasers out of 4 still left.
But that's not to say that, hey, Davante.
Again, 52 cards out of 60 left. 5 pull options. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10.
I'm excited.
If you buy 1 pull for $3, I'm going to give you an extra 1 for free. So you'll get 2 for 3, 3 for 6, 5 for 12, 7 for 15, and 10 for 20.
Yeah, it depends. You know, it all depends on who's getting traded or who's moving around. I personally like to see it. You know, I like to see things change up. You know,
have any questions? Feel free to ask.
Especially playing certain divisions.
We got football, basketball, hockey.
Over and over and over again. So you see some changes. It's fun. It shakes things up and makes it interesting.
Yeah, we talked about the leadership all the time. Yeah. Some of the pieces that are in place.
Don't sleep on the pull box either, ladies and gentlemen. Don't sleep on the pull box.
The Rams and a little bit of back and forth will sprinkle in Seattle, but the Niners have been sort of that team. They're healthy. How do those rosters stack up to you?
Yeah, I mean the San Francisco 49ers lost a lot. They lost a lot. Obviously, they had to break off Brock Purdy and give him the bag, and by doing that, they lost 5, 6 key contributors on the defense side of the ball. So obviously now they get Robert Saleh back, so they're gonna have the culture, they'll have that ethos of what the times past. But there's gonna be some players that we don't necessarily talk about all the time that are gonna have to show up and show out for them. There will be some guys, because there's always guys that show up. He will develop them. He will get them going. And I think that they will eventually have a resurgence. It's just a matter of how long will that take.
Chosen, for you, when you assess the teams that are out there inside that division, is there a team that sort of pops maybe a little bit more? And I know you don't have to look at Quinn when you answer this question, but who is sort of that team?
Niner gang, bang, bang. Yeah, I like 49ers. I think that knowing Shanahan, knowing his competitive nature, like the standard, they coming to win it all this year. And I think that what happened last year, they hungry, and I don't see them, falling short to what their goals are, in my opinion, in that division.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to come down to them in the rounds.
Well, look, they do have Brock Purdy, who is now signed, sealed, and delivered for an extended period of time. We know, Quentin, when it comes to your quarterback, Matthew Stafford, I think I read a quote from you last night talking about him as a future Hall of Famer. So I will start with you. You think he gets there, but is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No doubt in my mind that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's a reason. I'll tell you this. The truest measure of performance is consistency. And this is a guy that's done it year in and year out. Obviously, the tenure during his Lions, he might not have gotten to the playoffs or anything like that, but he showed how much of a dog he was. And every time we're in the locker room or we're on the field, we always call him a dog. I'm going to give you
welcome in, everybody.
Number 10 on all-time passing yards. I'm going to give you a couple names, and you can kind of guess or kind of figure out if these guys are first ballot Hall of Famers. Some of them are already Hall of Famers in themselves. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, check. Peyton Manning, check. Brett Favre, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers. You have Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, Dan Marino. If you look at that whole list, you'd be like, oh, there are some Hall of Famers there. There are some guys, potentially that are still playing. And Matthew Stafford is number 10 on that list. So whenever you're in the company of other guys like that, you can kind of make an easy assessment to say, you know what, he's a easy first ballot Hall of Famer as well.
Caesar, you've been in company of at least one of those guys in Drew Brees. You've been around him. Do you look at Stafford and his accomplishments and say first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I think all the way back to Detroit. That's back when I was a kid watching Matthew Stafford. Still don't mean to call him too old or nothing. But yeah, you look at his accomplishments. You look at what he's done, and like you touched on, consistency. He keeps doing it every year. I think
Cards with Nate. Welcome in.
And I don't
We've got the pull box open. We have singles, and we have Funko Pops.
How many years was it that?
All prices and information for the pull boxes right here. If you're looking for singles, shout out your team. We'll go through that team and see if there's anything you'd like.
So you can't put the losing in Detroit on him. That doesn't take away from his success. So, in my opinion, I believe so.
I guess I'm going to be on my own island over here. And I'm saying no disrespect. You say whatever you want to after you say no disrespect. You know that, right? So, no disrespect.
Because here comes the
work.
I believe that Matthew Stafford is an amazing player. Amazing. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's impacted this game. But when I think
Bowen Jack, welcome in.
I know this conversation about Hall of Famers and who should go in first. I think about guys that are just they impact the game so much. They're such a weapon that they solely take over every single game that they step on the field for. They're the guy that you have to circle and be so concerned about that he could just single-handedly just destroy you. I don't perceive Matthew Stafford as that. I perceive Matthew Stafford as somebody that you trust, that's going to be comfortable and confident, that's going to lead his team. But he's not somebody that I fear, right? He's not somebody that I fear. And for that reason, I don't consider him to be a
L Doggy, welcome in.
To say that he hasn't been consistently good throughout his career. But when I think about first ballot guys, I'm like, that's the guy, no matter what, no matter who's out there, he's the guy that I'm like, yeah, he's on my team no matter what.
What would take him to that point to be first ballot?
I think he gets another ring. I think he gets another ring for sure. And it's not all about the rings and things. I know everybody's talking about the LeBron conversation right now, but I played with a lot of great players. I played with Tom Brady. I played with T.O. I played with Randy Moss. And when you hear about those guys, those are like, okay, those guys are first or top three in their position group. I don't consider Matthew Stafford to be that. Now, there's been a gazillion great quarterbacks over the years, but I don't think about Matthew Stafford in that same light. And you ask the question, is Matthew Stafford our first ballot or is Eli Manning a first ballot? I'm going to say Matthew Stafford has had better statistics, but I'm going to say that Eli Manning got the rings, right? So when he gets to the bowl, he wins that thing. So that's how I weigh it. And it's a very tricky conversation, but I don't perceive him as a first ballot, but he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
But everything in his situation wasn't in his control.
You're absolutely correct.
Eli was in a lot better situation, better defense, better team, better situation to win. Matthew wasn't in that, and he went to a situation that was like that was ideal, and he's doing it.
I agree. it's definitely a conversation to be had.
Yeah. You know, yesterday on the show, we were talking about, opportunity to go win a Super Bowl, right? There's MVPs for Lamar Jackson. We got Josh Allen, who's there as well. And I think you even said, hey, the situation for Lamar is a better situation. No, you had Josh, actually. You thought the Bills were, getting to a Super Bowl and maybe adding to that resume for Matthew.
Drew, welcome in.
Come down to that supporting cast. There's a good stretch of losses that racked up when he was in Detroit there. I can't imagine if Matthew was playing maybe on better, stronger teams earlier in his career, maybe we're having a different conversation, and Quentin's not have to pound the table here and going, hey, he is a first round Hall of Fame.
And you know what? And the thing about Hall of Fame conversations is it's all opinion, right? It's all opinion based. Everybody's going to look at it, perceive it differently. Like I said, I mentioned T.O. T.O. to me,
football's going to be starting soon.
Hands down, receivers of all time. But he was the first back, right? So it's not just about yards. It's not just about the production, right? People are going to perceive it differently, right? So in my eyes, that's a no-brainer. He's first ballot. He wasn't, right? So when you start talking about guys like Matthew Stafford, do you look at Matthew Stafford in the same light as a T.O.? Me? No.
I'll give you the last bite of the apple here, because you are one of his teammates. You do think he is a future first ballot Hall of Famer. Is there a moment, is there a story that will resonate?
Lions versus the Bears on week 18.
Reference the stats.
Nice.
The reality is, when we have conversations when we haven't played with him, we're not inside that locker room, that's the thing that we can point to. Is there something that you would point to that puts him over the top?
The biggest thing that I've noticed about Matthew Stafford is his resiliency.
Maddox, welcome
There's
in.
2 clips that have been played consistently.
Rocky,
over
welcome
time
in.
our
Drew,
team
welcome
meetings.
in.
And that has been one when he was at Detroit. He threw. It was a 2-minute drive. He was driving down the field. He gets drilled by a defender. His shoulder pops out. Comes down the field. Is able to throw a touchdown pass with his shoulder popped out. So that's one example. When we played the Detroit Lions, and I saw this firsthand, I was amazed about how tough he was. He gets hit by Aiden Hutchinson, and no one really tells you. Sometimes you hear players and stories of them getting knocked out, but they'll lie a little bit and say that he was blacked out. On the
Sleeve,
field.
welcome in.
Gets up, pops up, and
We have the
starts
pull box
to
open. We have singles. We have
right there
Funko
and then.
Pops.
That is a dog.
52
That is a
cards
guy I
left.
can rally behind. That is a
3
guy I want
chasers
to be
left.
at the leader of
5
my
pull
team.
options to choose
There are
from.
a lot of
If you're
things,
looking
and
for
you
a
guys
certain
know,
team,
you
shout
hear
out that
stories
team.
all
We'll
the
go through
time
that
of
team and
guys
see if
that,
there's anything
you
you'd
know,
like.
have been knocked out, or guys
If
that
you're
are
into
playing through
Funko Pops,
injuries,
we got
but
those in the
sometimes
shop as
are
well.
things
If you
that
see one
we
you like,
show
throw your
to
boy
see
an offer.
for years. And I think when you see those stories or see those things as a player, it just gives you a more appreciation.
Have any questions, please
Those
feel free
things,
to
by the way,
ask.
They feel different, right?
Completely different. The atmosphere when we first played them, in the first playoff game when they got back, what was it, 2 years ago? It was probably the most anybody
What's your
that played in
team?
that game. It was
What's
the
your
most
player?
incredible environment ever. I mean, you had fans
That
are
pull
right
box is
behind
loaded.
your head. So the playoffs are.
We
a
got 3
different
chasers
environment
left. A
themselves, but then
Caleb,
we
a
had
Keon
Detroit,
Coleman
to
patch,
Ford Field.
numbered,
I enjoyed
and
it. I know,
a
the outcome
Dennis
wasn't
Schneider
what we
rookie
wanted
patch,
to, but, it's
numbered.
a great environment. Always
Auto.
playoffs, especially like a place like that.
Yeah, we will continue this conversation, by the way, on the NFC specifically.
These are our chasers. I know the Caleb's hiding. We got the Caleb. Caleb Williams on the steel silver. That's one of the chasers left. We have a Keon Coleman rookie patch numbered left in the chasers. And we have a Dennis Schroeder rookie auto patch numbered. Those are the 3 chasers that are left in the pull box to be had. Next buyer receives the freebie card in the pack right here.
And see him.
They received the freebie.
From, secondary coach to D coordinator, to obviously head coach down there in Tampa, and see exactly what he's done with that team, with that organization. And now he has his quarterback that's really at the helm of things. There's never been a question or concern about his defense, his ability for his defense to produce.
We're hiding the Caleb.
And those guys have been balling out.
We're hiding the Caleb.
Tampa is one of the most respected and feared teams.
Let's pull the Caleb up here. Let's pull the Caleb up here.
Congratulations to him. I mean, it was earned. You know, they won a division. I think it was 4 straight years. I think. Was it? I mean, he earned it.
There we go.
So congratulations to him.
Now you can see them a little better.
To talk about this team having this much success.
I'm always going to give credit when credit's due.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's time to hate. There's a time and place to hate them. You know, hate the Bucks, but right now, congratulations to him. You know, Great for him.
Yeah, wait till we get
Coach Bowles. That was my
Liam,
my
welcome
first
in.
coach coming into the NFL. So congratulations to him for sure.
We have
he's
the
a great
pull box
man, great
open. We
coach.
have
I can still
singles.
pick up the
We
phone
have
to this
Funko
game.
Pops. Have any questions? Feel free to ask.
More to me as not just a football player, but as a man, taught us life off the field, how to conduct ourselves. And, he's a fair guy. He's a coach that is off the integrity of you work hard, you get what you deserve, you go out there and earn it, and you'll get it. So, salute to him.
Chrome cards,
shout out
welcome
to
in,
him.
welcome in.
Love to Coach Bowles for sure. And,
We have a
same
pull box.
college,
We have singles. We have Funko
deserve it.
Pops.
Yeah, which is awesome to hear.
All
because that's
information
a
for
real
the
added
pull box
context
is up
to
on the
it.
screen on the
Just the wins
iPad.
and the losses,
If you're
obviously,
looking for
football
singles,
field,
shout out
the
your
reality
team. We'll
is
go through their
we
team,
are
see if we
just
got
getting
something you
started
want.
here on football.
We also got Funko Pops. Throw your boy an offer if you see one you like.
Studio is going to be put on the hot seat.
Bam Jr., welcome in.
Teams in a very tough, competitive NFC West, and Isaiah, we're just scratching the surface.
In honor of Tight End University taking place this week, I'm going to give you the top 5 tight ends in the NFL today. You might be shocked at who made the cut. Is your favorite tight end on this list?
Brock
Stay tuned for
Bowers.
BMFB right after the break.
Good Morning Football is brought to you by Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Lions are
Look at
ranked
that,
1 in the
The
schedule.
Takis Fuego Hands. Wendy's spicy chicken
Yeah.
topped with crushed Takis chips and Fuego fries inspired by Takis. So Takis fans, you're welcome. And new Takis fans, good luck.
Not a bad
For an
schedule.
intense new take on Takis.
I see us murdering a lot of those teams, though.
At the Home Depot, shop 4th of July savings on Samsung appliances, like the all-in-one washer dryer with super speed, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
That was easy.
Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
Hands it off, Serenity Simon. What a sprint! Touchdown!
My name is Serenity Simon. I'm 17 and I play everything on the field. I started playing football when I was in the 7th grade. Flag football has changed my life tremendously. If I didn't play flag today, I don't know who I'd be. I love playing flag football because it's like my second home. It's like an extension of myself.
It's like we just arrived.
I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. When I came back from the war, I became a homeless veteran. I was barely hanging on by a thread. The one thing that was constant for me was music. Music led me to Tanya. Normally, with a veteran, we think we can solve everything. The truth of the matter is, we cannot.
I just knew that something was different. Something was off. I let him know that he wasn't alone. There are people that loved him.
So says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. I need 5 more minutes to love. Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
These are the moments that we wait for. Careful! Here comes the blitz. They got there. Come on, what? Deflected away by Lake. Quentin Lake, untouched to the quarterback. For a guy that's a safety, sometimes he's a corner, sometimes he's a nickel. Really does a good job. There's the stop they needed.
All right, he's a little bit of a stud here. We got defensive back. It's Fran. There we go. I'm getting flat. It's either Quinn or it's MJD. One of those guys sort of yelling Rams house at some point here on an NFL Network set here. But because
welcome in.
Yes, we are calling it.
Pull box is live.
We're going to tee you up
We have singles as well.
You get an opportunity to pick a team.
We have
and then maybe
Funko
one
Pops.
specific player, and we have emojis that we're gonna have.
Pull box options are all on the screen. If you're looking for singles, shout out your team. We'll go through that team, see if we got something you're looking for. We got Funko Pops in the shop as well. You see one you like, throw your boy an offer.
Actually, the Seattle Seahawks. Okay. I like them a lot. I think it's going to be interesting. And the player that I'm going to choose is JSN or Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now, last year he had coming into the league season, he tied the franchise record for the Seattle Seahawks for receptions.
Feel free to ask any questions.
1,000 yards last season.
I will answer it to the best of my ability.
He's fast. He understands the offense. I'm really excited to go against him, but also see what he does throughout the year.
All right. In terms of some of those players, he just dropped a wide receiver. Chosen. What do you think about JSN?
JSN, he's like that for sure. He's definitely going to continue to evolve, and I feel like he hasn't even really reached the prime of his career, but definitely top 10 receiver in the NFL.
Caesar, you buying that?
Marshall, welcome in. We got the pull box open. We have singles. We have Funko Pops. All the information for the pull box is on the screen right there. If you're looking for singles, shout out your team. We'll look to that team, see if we got some cards you're interested in. If you see a Funko Pop you like, throw your boy an offer.
I think he can be top 10. Yeah, I think he can for sure be solidified top 10 to where I'm not even thinking about it.
Okay. To your point, there's a lot of good receivers in this league. I don't consider him to be a top 10 yet, but it's very indicative of what the team and organization thinks about him. To let Tyler Lockett go and DK Metcalf go and say, "Here, take the round."
Okay. And by the way, we can't go with Seattle, so we're picking some other teams here. So, what player do you think of first when you face this team?
Well, I'm going to go with a newly guy. I'll just slide this over. A newly guy that just got paid with the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Talk a little bit about Brock Purdy.
Yeah, shit.
He's been successful over his tenure at the 49ers. He's been able to go to the Super Bowl, go to a couple
Checktown, welcome in.
And there's really a reason why they paid him. They trust him. Kyle Shanahan does a great job of putting him in positions to, throw the ball to his premier supporting cast. And this is a team that, I don't necessarily like, but you have to watch out for. They have him. They have Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams.
Christian McCaffrey's on his way out.
These are all guys who's had continued success in the league, so it should be interesting.
CMC is not what he used to be.
Healthy Brandon Ayuk, by the way, I feel like I don't necessarily like them or something along those lines. That is a quote from Quentin Lakewood regarding the San Francisco 49ers. Not shocking there. Chosen, what do you make of the Niners?
I like 49ers. That's my favorite in the NFC West. Like I said, I think they coming in with a chip on their shoulder. They've been there before. They know what it takes. They have some new pieces, but I think they have the right pieces.
Is Brock Purdy for you, Caesar, the guy that you think of for this team?
No.
Yeah, for sure. No. I know most people are, but I'm offensive line. I think of Trent.
The big fella.
Yeah. When I'm talking about 49ers, I'm thinking of Trent. I'm saying the guys up front. So that's I think 49ers first guy coming to my mind.
All right. For me, I'm gonna say this is the vibe of the 49ers right now. Right now they're mad, right? They're mad because last year just wasn't their year. They had a lot of injuries, right? You've always known the
welcome in. We have the pull box, we have singles, we have Funkos. Pull box options are on the iPad on the screen. 52 cards left, 3 chasers left, 5 pull options. If you're looking for singles, name your team. We'll go through that team and see if we got something you need.
Right, so now you got to get some.
We also got Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, throw your boy an offer.
You have to now talk about the Arizona Cardinals. So you tell me what makes that team difficult to face.
The thing that makes this team difficult to face, the Arizona Cardinals, is the fact that you have a mobile quarterback. Anytime you
have any questions, feel free to ask.
A defensive guy is you have to look at it 2 ways. When the quarterback gets outside of the pocket, there's a lot of different things that he can do. You also have to think about his supporting cast as well. James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr. You have a lot of guys that can make plays.
MHJ.
It's interesting to see what they did. They were very competitive in a lot of their games last year. So it should be surprising. I say, not going to say they're contenders in the NFC West. But
chop it up with your boy, too. Anything y'all want to chop it up about? Let's chop it up.
Team you can't sleep on, with Kyler and what he's
Prophet, welcome in.
And James Conner, he's a dog. defense with Buda Baker, you know, they have some good pieces. They got some good young weapons at receiver. So they definitely a team you can't look at and, like, you know, figure it's just the automatic win.
Yeah, chosen know your teammates here because anytime you're going to make reference to a Washington Husky, he's going to light up here. What about for you, Caesar, when it comes to the Cardinals?
Yeah, when it comes to the Cardinals, I said last year they didn't, you know, it wasn't, you know, an amazing season. But there's not a team you want to sleep on. You know, as an team, you don't want to sleep on because they have a lot of weapons around them. And, you know, once those guys start to jump, I think at some point they can be really good.
The thing you said was at some point, right? So the fact that you said at some point is really good. That means I don't know, right? I don't know who the Arizona Cardinals are from week to week. We know that they have a lot of really good talent. We know they got McBride. Okay, they got Kyler Murray. We know their defense is coming along, but I don't truly think that you have an identity just yet. When you step on the field against the Cardinals, you can prove me wrong. I've been out of the game for a minute, right? But you're on the field, those guys. Do you know what you're going to get when you face them?
I know, Bubba.
I think you do. There have been times where they have been challenging. They've come out to play in certain occasions. Obviously, you know, over the last couple of years, there has been a little bit of injury. Kyler Murray did have a significant knee injury, you know, a couple of years ago. So that played a little bit of a factor. But whenever we played them, those games were close. You know, one of the games, unfortunately, we got blown out early in the season. You know, later in the season, we obviously, that game came down to the wire. So they always come to play, and they kind of hit their stride later in the season. I'm not too sure. Obviously, you know, it is a who knows. They have to prove it. They haven't been to the playoffs in a little while, so there is a lot to prove. It's still a young team. There's a lot to prove. I'm not going to say that they don't have the talent. I know it's just a stepping stone that they need to hit to be able to get to that contender level.
All right, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk about your squad. Who's the one player you can't wait to see on the field?
I've talked about it before, but I'm going to double down on it. Devontae Adams. You look at a guy that has been at the top of his game, and people always talk about, and Chelsea, you may know this too, when guys hit 30, there's almost a stigma around this 30-year-old receiver. You know, has he lost a step? Does he have the same quickness? Does he have the same speed? I see him every day, and it is the same guy that you looked at when he was on the Packers and when he was on the Raiders as well, and even last year when he was on the Jets. There is something about him where when he's there, he's gone the next second. It's almost like he's, you know, a magician or something out there. Footwork is clean, strong hands at the point of attack. He's everything that you want in a receiver. So I can't wait to see exactly what he does, especially with, you know, a great quarterback and a great great head coach.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see him out on the football field and how that duo is going to match up with Matthew Stafford. All right, we've got to use some sliders. So for the Niners, give me the emotion. We can go with
any Tom Brady cards? Yes, we do have a couple Tom Brady's. My dog is acting a nut. Let's see what we got. There's one Tom Brady. Bo Nix, another Tom Brady. Another Tom Brady. Drake May, Brett Favre, John Elway, Tom Brady. I'm just pulling them out real quick. I'll give you a little flippy. Where we at?
Have to step up for them. So I think right now they're like, ooh, do we still got it? I don't know. We got to prove it.
All right, Chosen. We were loving up this Cardinals team. What was being
okay. Here are the Tom Brady's I got.
Yeah, I want to put that, you know, they're happy when they're living in Arizona.
Got that Tom Brady.
They're not scared when it comes to games.
That Tom Brady. That Tom Brady. And that Tom Brady. Those are our four Bradys. How much for those three? Which three?
That's fine. All right, left for you, Caesars. Yeah.
What three? How much for all four? Throw me an offer, my guy. Throw me an offer.
I'm not sure about. Oh man.
Throw me an offer. It could happen.
Different perspectives. I'll take uphill battle for them. We understand it. Yeah, these. I don't like that emotion.
$10.
We're gonna put them here. Right, this is a smiley face. Okay. You know,
how about 15? If you do 15, I'll throw you all four for 15.
So I'll keep it a smiley face.
I can throw you off for 15.
Whether you played college, Paul, I just want to throw this out.
If you could do 15, I'll put it up in the shop for you.
Up there. Only just 2 months. Only those 2 months. Yes. So it's not all year long. I'm just trying to find a ray of sunshine, and there's some of it in those summer months. We got more GMFB still to come here.
Ticket 15 is a no-go. Let me put them back. Let me put them back. Ugh. I think 15 would have been a great deal for those.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. 20% off fun bags and igloo coolers. 25% off Stanley drinkware. $200 off and tailor-made drivers. Buy any DST item and get the second half price. Shop in store or at Dicks.com.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands, like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. Your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. And
man, ain't nobody even asking about the freebies. That's crazy.
And $10 off gallons of Clark & Kensington paint.
A hardware store.
Because I love you.
Because I love you.
Because I love you. This number, delete.
Taz, welcome in.
I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Because I love you, I should smash
Miami Dolphins training
You
camp.
understand?
Minnesota Vikings training camp.
You know you're not actually allowed to drink in a beer commercial? Since when? You gotta wait till it's done. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The average dog only lives to be 10. At the farmer's dog, we don't think that's long enough. That's why our food comes in personalized portions.
Personalized portions.
You can live a longer, happier life.
Okay, here's what you want to do. Save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
Are you a caddy?
No, I'm a Doug. And that's a limo. Putt, no. Okay, I'm going to watch you putt.
Oh.
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird.
What the hell? Liberty, 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 liberty.
The NFL Flag Championships are back. This is going to get bigger and better every year. The next generation of stars.
Welcome in, welcome in. Pull box is open. All info is on the screen. We got singles. Shout out to your team, and we'll go through some cards and see if those are any of the ones you'd like. We also got Funko Pops in the shop. See one you like on that. Throw your boy an offer.
18 through 20 on ESPN, ABC, and more Disney networks.
Oh, yeah. It's the off season. That means
VRX Ward, welcome in.
Truly, but this time around, we're talking about the fellas who do the dirty work.
Who are your top 5 tight ends? I know Hutchinson better be in that motherfucking top 5.
Get their hands dirty, get the yak yardage with their fingertips. We're talking about the tight ends, okay? The guys I consider to be one of the most underrated, undervalued players on the field. We're going to get into a top 5 list. Your favorite might not be on this list. Don't come at me. Come with me. Here we go.
They're going to be coming at you.
They're going to be coming. It's perfectly fine. Number 5 on my list. We're going to go to a dude who just might bite off your kneecap from his head coach.
Laporta.
This dude is a complete dog. He's been in the league for 2 years.
He's a beast.
17.
My boy.
17 touchdowns in 2 years as a tight end. He is in the perfect offense that allows for him to do the dirty work at the line of scrimmage by getting the running game going, and then he can go out there and route up linebackers, safeties, and
boy.
Sam Laporta comes in.
My Lions, number 5.
The best tight ends in the current league. Now, this is where everybody's going to come at me. Don't come at me. This dude, all he does is collect rings.
Oh, God.
But Travis
Kelsey.
is
Ugh.
number 4 on my list. We know
He only had
this dude
3
has
touchdowns
been
in
going for a
24.
long
How
time.
can he be on the top
12
4?
years. This dude has over 1,000 yards or 1,000 receptions. This dude has over 12,000 yards. He is considered to be one of the most respectable, most consistent tight ends in the league. Last year, we know
I
it was a
beg to
down year
differ.
for him, but don't count him out.
I
This
beg
dude
to
knows how get
differ.
in the end zone. 77 touchdowns on his career. I think he's gonna have.
Dylan, welcome in, welcome in.
Now, you're probably looking at me.
We got the pull box open. We got singles. And we have Funko Pops. 52 cards left in the pull box. 3 chasers are left. 5 pull options. All information for that is on the screen. We also do singles. If you got a team, shout them out. We'll see if we got something in there that you would like. We also got Funko Pops. If you see one of those you like, throw your boy an offer.
He's gonna go out there, yep, hurdle over you, give me all that. Like,
Have any questions? Feel free to ask.
21 yards, 221 receptions. All right, he has over 1,100
Trey
yards
McBride.
last year alone, 111 receptions. This dude catches the rock. No matter who you want to put on him, he can match.
S. Dottie, welcome in.
He's not going to go down easy. He is a nice little safety blanket out there for Kyler Murray, and he's going to continue to do great things in this league. He's only played 3 years. Now, the next cat that I got, this dude came up on the scene, and he is your number 1 fantasy receiver / tight end, whatever you want to call him. Brock Bowers. He did the work in
Brock Bowers.
and now he's on the scene.
Brock Bowers.
Quarterback, and he is going to continue to do work. He's somebody that you have to
Welcome in, welcome in.
He's somebody that can route you up just like
The
you see on
mate,
screen.
welcome in.
He's shifty, he's
Pull
shaky,
box
he's
is open.
physical, he has
Singles are available.
He's somebody
Funko
who
Pops
has
are in the
the
shop.
You see it right there on your screen. That half the team
Brock
is right now,
Bowers, number
and it's
2,
still
huh?
not enough. I'm looking forward to continue to see this dude's career. He's just getting going. Now, number 1, what I consider to be the man who does it all, the man with the plan.
Oh boy, George Kittle.
WWE belt around his waist. He loves the game. He has the energy. He has.
He is a good
tenacity.
tight end, though. Gotta give him that.
A ball of energy. He will route you up. He gets dirty in the running game. It doesn't matter if you're a defensive lineman. It doesn't matter if you're a safety. You have to put respect on this man's name. He
Put some
impacts the
respect
game
on his name.
Whenever he's on the field, and he makes. And obviously, he's going out there. He's trying to chase some more rings. Brock Purdy, that's your best friend going forward. And if you're a lineman, you better buckle up your chin, because he's gonna try to put you in the mud. That is what I got for you, Yam, on the top 5.
He said, that's what I got for you, Yam.
That have something that can contribute to this. What do y'all think about the list?
You know, surprisingly, that's a great list. These are all guys, if you think about it, that can line up by themselves and be mismatches. You know, sometimes, offenses, they'll just put a tight end, they'll put all the receivers on one side, tight end on the other. You're not worried about the tight end. But all these guys that you just listed, that is the primary. That is a
Tyler, welcome in, welcome in. Pull box is open. 3 chasers are still live. 52 cards left in the pull box. We have 5 pull options. We also have singles. If you're looking for a certain team, shout out that team. We'll go through them cards and see if there's anything we got that you might want. We also have Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one of those you like, throw your boy an offer.
I feel like he's a running back at tight end. And he's like a cannonball. So I kind of feel like that part of it was like in there. Yeah, but besides that, I think everything's pretty solid. Definitely on Trey McBride. I've been around.
Have any questions? Feel free to ask. That's what I'm here for.
Kelsey, I still think Kelsey, him and Kittle 1 and 2, but definitely agree with the list.
All right, for the big fellas up front, what you think?
Hey, I'm with you. I want to disagree with you, but you hooping right now. And it's one thing I want to touch on too is how George Kittle.
Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Tap that like for your boy. Follows and likes are very much appreciated.
Because of how dirty he gets in the run game.
203, welcome in.
He's basically like an extra offensive.
I'm sorry, Z03. Look like a 2 to me.
And blocking, and he makes an impact.
Welcome in. Pull box is open. 3 chasers are still live. 52 cards left. 5 pull options to choose from. All that information is right there on the screen. If you're looking for singles, shout out your team. We'll go through some teams of yours. Gavin, welcome in. We also got Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, throw your boy an offer. Have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll answer accordingly.
Andrews is likely on that team.
Yeah, there's some guys that are definitely honorable mention.
Make sure you guys shout out your teams. I can't pull cards out of the singles if you guys ain't shouting out them teams.
A lot of young talent at tight end that's coming.
Jacob, welcome in. Welcome in.
Some of these older guys
We got the pull box, we got singles, and Funko Pops. All information for the pull box is on the iPad in front of you. George Kittle, Brock Bowers, Terry McBride, Trevor Kelsey, Sam Laporta. Go Lions. If you're looking for singles, shout out them teams, guys. I can't pull out these cards and show you what we got if you guys ain't shouting out your teams. Again, we also have Funko Pops in the shop as well. Check them out. If you see when you like, throw an offer out there.
We'll help you make sure everything turns out.
Make sure you guys hit that follow button, tap that like. We usually go live twice a day, early in the morning, around this time. I don't know how long I've been on, a little over an hour. So we normally go live about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we go live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Here on the internet, you can pretend to be anything. Like
ZO3, thank you for the follow. I would definitely give you a follow back, my guy.
Don't trust the unfiltered internet. Angie has
Very much appreciated, sir.
finding the best pros.
New Gain Tango Scent Boosters. With 2 irresistible scents coming together, you can't help but dance. Oh, wow. That's fresh. New Gain Tango Scent Boosters. More scent, more joy.
He's not a
Where's my
statistic.
people at? Let's go.
He's not a foster child. He's our son. And that is what he will always be. And we'll remind him of that every day.
This is a story about
Sending out some invites.
trained eye may not see the one as extraordinary, but her goals aren't easy. She fixes, she manages, she perfects. She is extraordinary. Because for the one, maintaining this space transports her to this space. The industrial grade product you need plus 1 million more. Call clickgranger.com or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Cerakote revolutionized car care with its #1 best-selling rapid ceramic paint seal. The unmatched gloss, slickness, and shine that you love now comes with an industry-leading 50-wash guarantee. Introducing Cerakote's next-generation paint seal, Rapid Ceramic Platinum. Just spray it on and lightly buff it to get incredible shine and professional results that will help your car stay cleaner longer. Look at the difference. With over 60,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Cerakote. Buy today for under $20.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some serious.
This baby hits 88 miles an hour. If you ain't up on things, be ahead of the game. I love for the streets. It's the DRE.
Oh, yeah, dude, that doesn't look good.
I know what to do. I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. I can apply minutes, and if approved, I can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
Christian Gonzalez is truly incredible. One of a kind. The most impressive thing about him really is the work that he does with mental health awareness.
Being able to partner with Kyle Cares, it means a lot. We want to let people know it's okay to speak up, to be able to talk about mental health, and be the one people want to come talk to. I love it for sure. We're more than NFL players, we're people too.
813, welcome in, welcome in.
I know we've been loving you up, Chosen, and it's
Pull
awesome.
box is open. We have singles. We have Funko Pops. All information for the pull box is up on the screen. We have singles. Shout out your team. We'll go to that team, see if we can find a card you're looking for. We also got Funko Pops. You see when you like, throw your boy an offer.
Which is amazing.
Have any questions? Feel free to ask.
From a football perspective, we have like Hard Knocks, right? So the cameras are around and they're
It's a
tracking
hard
everyone.
knock
What's
life
it like to be
for
involved
us.
in a show like this that's
It's a
following
hard
you,
knock
not
life
just like when you're in the
for
office or in the
us.
practice facility, for example, but this is like following you in your real life.
Right. It was definitely an interesting experience. It was a lot of fun because lots of cameras. And, it was interesting to get comfortable with the cameras, especially being private and, letting them see what we want them to see, but also not too much to get them too much in the business. So, yeah, it was very fun. It was a very fun experience.
All right, now Shadi, I'm glad that you're here because a lot of times we don't get the perspective of the wives, right? So how difficult has it been being an NFL wife, right? Understanding not only just the time, right, that he shares by being out there and be dedicated to his craft, but also when you have to pick up and move no matter where he goes. Give people a perspective of what that portion of your life is like.
Well, I definitely think that there is a method to the madness. I think that a lot of people don't see the transitions. They don't know what it's like to
Etch,
pack up and
welcome
leave,
in.
you know. So I
Welcome
think
in.
on the
Pull
show,
box is open.
it's actually
Information's on the screen.
there's still so much
We have
more
singles.
that, you know,
Shout out
we
your
as
team. We'll go
wives
through
can
their team, see if we got cards you're looking for. We also got Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, throw me an offer.
or, you know, injuries, God forbid, you know. So there's a lot of different dynamics. I think a lot of people focus a lot on like the glitz and the glam and the glitter, but you know, there's a lot more to it. So it's good to have shows.
Shout out
where
them
we can
teams,
highlight
guys.
the
It's the only
women,
way I
we
can
take
help
the
you
things
out.
to highlight the right things.
Joseph, what was the process like for you? Did you hesitate to say, I don't know if I want these cameras around all the time?
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I wasn't really too, you know, it's not really my thing, reality TV. But you know, I did it to support her.
Yeah.
You know, but reality TV, you know, it's kind of scripted, you know, but you know, we kept it authentic. But it wasn't really, you know, something I would say 100% interested in.
Yeah, he was more like reserved. I was like,
Bam
hey,
Jr.,
y'all,
welcome in, welcome in.
But I will say the interesting thing
Pull
is
box
that
is open. We have singles up.
actually pregnant, right?
If you're looking for a certain team, shout out that team. We'll pull out those cards, go through them, see if we got something you like. We have Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, throw your boy an offer. Again, the pull box is open too. We have 52 cards left, 3 chasers left, 5 pull options, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10. If you buy 1 for 3, I'm going to give you an extra 1 for free. So you're going to get 2 for $3, 3 for 6, 5 for 12, 7 for 15, 10 for 20. And again, we have singles as well. Shout out your team so we can find a card that you're looking for. We also have Funko Pops. You see one you like, throw me an offer. Have any questions? Feel free to ask.
It's so different because, you know, you have people say when you have a baby, like, oh, it's a lot.
Chino, welcome in.
No, it's really true. Like, I look at her and I'm like, are you real? Like, where did you come from? Did we make you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
And listen, my first baby was a little girl as well, right? So tell me, how was it as being a girl dad?
I enjoy it. I feel like it's brought me a new level of like love and appreciation. It's reshaped my perspective on life, giving me new energy, and it's just, you know, it's beautiful looking at something so blessed and so beautiful. Just seeing myself with her, seeing her mother and her, seeing our family members in her, and just the energy and the happiness that she brings, and just I feel like it completed our household. You know?
Yeah. Oh, where's my girl? I miss her.
You know, look, I met you
Free to the next buyer.
Like 4 in the morning, right? So we've spent a couple hours now together. Watching you look at your wife while she talks about the baby, then hearing your response, like you can see there's like a glimmer in your eyes.
BSBL card brothers, welcome in. Pull box is open. Singles are available. Funko Pops are in the shop as well. All information for the pull box is on the screen. If you're looking for singles, shout out your team. We'll go through that team, see if we got something you're looking for. If you see a Funko Pop in the shop you like, throw me an offer on that Funko Pop.
So once again, you can catch the show.
Have any questions? Feel free to ask.
The whole thing. Rags to Riches is on Netflix. We still got more Good Morning Football still to come.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only
Raging Sports Cards, welcome in.
Like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark and Kensington.
Have any questions, feel free to ask. Full box info is on the screen. We have singles. Shout out your team. We'll go through their team, see if we got something you're looking for. We also got Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, throw me an offer. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. I will give you a follow back. Thank you for those likes. Very much appreciated.
After Homoglow cleaned our place for $19, we fired our old housekeeper. Homoglow tackled everything, from our kitchen to our bathroom, all our laundry. You just pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy a spotless house for $19.
I wanted a trip I'd never forget.
I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go get me some coffee.
It was everything.
Go get me some coffee.
Dishes I'd never tasted before. Dinners in private palaces. Flowers everywhere. The air was full of color. Every element. Perfect. Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Life is always changing, and our Lovesac couch adapts to it all. Gathering around for game day one moment, reconfiguring for entertaining the next. And tomorrow, a new look entirely. Because Lovesac adapts to life, our life.
We're making a splash with another Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea fans love the smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea with a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
My name is Ryan. I'm 14 years old. I play wide receiver and rusher for Cleveland Flag Football. I started playing flag when I was around 5 years old. It was a Lamar Jackson. I like his style of play and his mindset. If you think about playing, have a great mindset and always have fun.
Life insurance is a wonderful asset, but what happens when you no longer need it, or you can't afford it any longer? Meet Tom and Susan. They chose to sell their $1 million life insurance policy for $200,000 cash. Now,
I'm gonna try to get you guys some better lighting over here.
Like David and Eunice, who
I'm
sold
gonna
their
try
$300,000 life
guys
insurance
some
policy
better
for
lighting.
$30,000 to
here.
help make dreams come true. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, you may be able to sell all or part of it for cash. Get an instant
Let's see
estimate
if we
of what
can't
your
get you
policy
guys
may
some
be
better
worth
lighting.
at ovidlife.com or scan the QR code on your screen. There's
Pull
no
box is
cross
open. We have
jurisdictions,
singles.
and it won't affect
Shout out
your
your team if you're looking for singles.
sell a portion of your policy while maintaining
The
some
pull box is
coverage
open.
with no future premiums.
52
Or
cards.
call 1-800-947-6600.
3 chasers are still live.
That's 1-800-947-6600. Or visit ovidlife.com now.
Actually, when we're playing
If you
against,
have any
at the time,
questions,
the San
please
Diego
feel free to
Chargers,
ask.
the offer turner, they kicked it to the other
It's the only way I
returner.
can help you out.
So now I'm blocking MDM. Dude comes down.
If you don't
he
talk,
literally
I don't
just kinda
know.
like, okay, well, I can't punk out, right? I got a man up, and I went to go hit him, but I didn't hit him head up.
Yeah.
You know, you try to turn, you're like, I'm gonna do my job, but I really don't want this. You know, so you kind of turn your head to the side, hit me in the temple, and literally, I tried to look, and I couldn't see. In my eye, no lie. My eyes was back here somewhere.
Okay,
so
okay,
I'm literally,
your eyes open.
bro. I tried to see, but I couldn't see. So I'm literally on the field trying to get my eyes to get back right. Yeah,
that was it. Was gone.
Yeah, bro. That was my come to Jesus moment.
I love that.
I was like, I'm here. I'm here. We're here. These are grown men.
That's how you say. I look, but I couldn't see.
Thankfully, he can see right now. You can catch that full episode wherever you get your podcast on the NFL YouTube channel. You're looking healthy now.
Listen, I'm good now.
I'm gonna move the camera for a second, y'all.
I know everybody at this table has had one of those moments, right? That come to the welcome to the NFL moment. That was mine. I was seeing. I had cataracts.
My favorite. I didn't necessarily really want it.
We're here. Progressive's accident response detected an accident and sent for help.
Where's Superman?
Saving the world, maybe?
So we did it.
Yeah, I don't think car insurance is really his thing. Not with us around.
Give me a second. We're gonna move this for a sec.
Yep, somewhere tummy cakes.
Oh, what?
Don't say things like that out loud.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Back pain. When you've got it, you know it. Introducing the X-Pack from Copperfit, our groundbreaking technology designed for compression support of your lower back and core like you've never experienced before. Engineered with our most innovative, patent-pending, advanced X compression system, the X-Pack evenly distributes the support across a broader surface area of your back for relief of lower back aches and pains.
The new belt is fantastic. I feel a bigger area of support. Immediately, there was something different about this.
A super lightweight mesh fabric, ventilated for unmatched breathability to increase airflow and release excess heat.
You have to try it. You haven't done anything that's going to
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Get this. Oh shit! Face reveal, kinda. We got you guys situated. Wanted to get you guys some better lighting over here.
Wow. Oh, that feels great.
I've tried a lot of belts in the past. Nothing like this.
I have a history of back issues, man, and this really
Here you go.
what I'm feeling right now.
An orthopedic design alloy support.
We got the pull box open. City Ripper, welcome in. Kings, welcome in. Pull box is open. We have singles. We also have Funko Pops.
Okay, is this really happening? I really haven't felt anything like this before.
The all-new X-Back from Copperfit, the most effective.
There you go. Give you guys some better lighting like I promised.
Guarantee your money back. Get yours now at getxback.com for only 2 payments of $29.99 or call 1-800-275-0762.
You guys have any questions, feel free to ask. The pull box is open. All information is on the screen. 52 cards left, 3 chasers left, 5 pull options. If you need singles, shout out your team. We'll go through that team, see if we got something you like. We also got Funko Pops in the shop, so if you're into those, check out the shop. Throw your boy an offer on any of the Funko Pops that you might like. We have football, basketball, and hockey.
They're the next faces of the league. If you love good football, this is the place to be.
Shout out them teams, guys. Let me help you. Help you.
Welcome to GMFB. It's Thursday, June 26th, and yes, as you can see, we have a.
What's your teams? Who's your players?
My guy Isaiah Stanback. We also have Saints offensive lineman Cesar Ruiz. We got
I don't know how you guys expect to buy shit when none of you guys say anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of football conversation as we are just getting underway here on NFL. Oh, it is a brand new edition of the show. Yeah, welcome inside our house. I actually am pretty jacked up. There's going to be a quarterback conversation. I feel like there's never a show that we do without Aaron Rodgers reference. That's still to come. And maybe the most interesting quarterback room that we have in the NFL. There's a lot to get to. Always thrilled, though, when you have so many people on the set with us. We usually don't necessarily roll with this.
Cats that are in the game too, like EA. So I'm glad to have you guys at the table, man. Love to have it. Let's talk about it.
Well, look, we do kick things off with a little 3 and out. We're going to start with a veteran running back in Austin Eckler, who was actually a guest on Sirius XM NFL Radio. Had some rave reviews for his young quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I think we should all take a listen.
He crushed it last year. What I see from him going into this year, we have the same offensive coordinator. And so bringing that into the mix has now made it so now when we go through OTAs, Jay's already on it. Like he's beyond, kind of the rookie mistakes, like learning the playbook, getting the play call out.
Welcome in.
Lined up. We got new guys.
Pull box is open.
You're not over here. You're on this side.
52 cards left. 3 chasers still available. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10 pull options. All information for that is right there on the screen. If you're looking for singles, shout out that team. I'll pull out that team. Go through those cards, see if there's anything you like. We also got Funko Pops in the shop as well. If you see one of those you like, throw your boy an offer. Look at that, Lions, #1, top 10 scoring offenses of 2024 season. The Lions, 33.2. Let's go, one pride all day.
Do you see the Commanders being, in the top 3 this season offensively?
I do not see them being in the top 3. Not just yet. And that's not to say that they weren't a great offense. They did great things. They went to the playoffs, defied all odds. Jaden Daniels did a terrific job last year.
Jaden Daniels. We got some of those too.
Rookie quarterback as well. But there are so
we got some JDs.
Offenses. If you really look from top to bottom, you have the Eagles, Chiefs, us, the Rams, you have the Bills. There are a lot of really good teams out there. There are a lot of teams that have a lot of talent, and I don't think
shout out them teams.
To say that they're top.
Get in that pull box. Check out them Funkos.
You can make that argument, but top 3 offense. Caesar?
Make sure you guys hit that follow button, tap that like.
top threes early, but man, they're talented. We played them last year, and I was able to watch Jaden Daniels and that whole offense just make things happen. It was
Jacob, welcome in.
Something to see, man. Do I think top three? No, but I think gearing in between that top 5, top 10 range for sure.
Chosen, what do you like about this team, the offense?
I love that offense.
Yeah.
I think that they have the potential to be more than top 3. I think they could be the best offense in the NFL.
Wow.
And I say that because they have the defense to help them do so. But they didn't lose anybody. They've only had added additions. For what they did all as 1 year and what Cliff has with that offense has the capabilities to let everybody do what they're great at and utilize everybody to their highest potential. So I think they have the potential to be one of the best for sure.
Ooh, I always said number 1.
I didn't even think of it.
Listen, I'm gonna say that I believe that they can be top 5. And the only reason why I won't put them in the top 3 conversation is because I don't believe that they added enough offensive pieces this offseason. I think obviously the addition of Deebo Samuel is absolutely huge. They're going to be able to high-low teams all day long. If they can find a way to be a top 5 rushing team, then we're it's a whole different conversation, right? They get Brian Robinson Jr. going, they get Austin Eckler going and have a resurgence there. They did make some moves on the offensive line, right? Add a little bit of depth there. But I believe that they have to be a dominant running team in order for them to have a part in being in that conversation of being a top 3 offense. I just don't think they have enough talent and enough depth.
Yeah. How do you explain, because you like this offense clearly, how do you explain the success, the amount of success that a guy like Jaden Daniels was able to have in year 1? Because we saw that with C.J. Stroud. We said, oh, man, we won't see rookies ball like this 2 years in a row where we have epic performances from rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, it just shows the difference in him. He's professional, a lot of potential. For him to set that standard as a rookie and the mindset that he has, the focus that he has, it's only going to continue to elevate.
Yeah. I want to ask you, Q, being in the secondary facing him, right? What do you fear most about Jay Daniels? Not fear, but that's a respect, right? What's the biggest threat to you as a safety / nickel, whatever you want to call it? What's the biggest threat to you as a defender when you're facing Jay Daniels?
Why am I covering for 10 seconds? That's any DB's nightmare is when you have mobile quarterbacks or guys that can make plays out of the pocket, you have to cover forever. And if you think about it, you're just blind. Sometimes you're blindly playing the ball. You're almost like you're playing basketball when your back's to the quarterback. And that's the toughest thing when you get guys like Jaden Daniels is they can make a lot of magic happen outside of that pocket. And we saw it all last year.
Now, for you, Caesar, how much of an addition or value to an offensive lineman is it to have a quarterback that can maybe buy you a little bit of time?
Yeah, that's perfect. Because, as one thing an offensive lineman hates is a quarterback that's going to just sit there. He's moving around. He's effective in the pocket. He's able to get out the pocket and make plays. And as an offensive lineman, if you know your quarterback's going to get out there and move around and make plays, it's great.
All right. And for you, Chosen, for receivers, a lot of times when you hear receivers don't like mobile quarterbacks, right? Or, they're taking away, my ability to get the rock. Is that necessarily the vibe and the sentiment from receivers, or do you appreciate quarterbacks that can utilize their legs because of broken plays?
That's where the money's at. I think Big Ben and Aaron Rodgers and AB and Devontae Adams, they made some of the big. That's where the money's at. Scramble drill. Those extended plays, defense. They don't know what's going on. I've had some of my biggest plays on scramble drill, so that's a bonus, and it saves you. It's a cheat code. It's just like, man, I can't play man without a running quarterback. It's hard to stop.
Hey, real quick, did you match up against Jaden when he was at ASU? I was trying to match the numbers.
I did.
Did you? I remember being at his first game, his first start down in Tempe. If you would have told me that dude would be this dude, his maturation and evolution is pretty epic. Are you seeing that same thing?
You know what? I didn't. I think he really had a resurgence or really kind of had an oncoming when he went to LSU.
Yeah.
His supporting cast was unreal. Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors. You have guys that are doing fantastic things in the league that he didn't necessarily have. Now, he had Brandon Ayuk when he was at ASU, and they did a fantastic job too. But I think he was so young and hadn't really grown into that role now. But it is amazing to see really his growth and transition even into the league.
Even just physically, he looked like, granted, he's a true freshman starting at that point when I saw him. So you guys obviously develop over time. But my Lord, the amount of success that he has had has been impressive. On to second down, though. Cleveland going to have a little bit of quarterback competition. We got a crowded room, a veteran in Joe Flacco. We got Kenny Pickett. And, of course, a couple of rookies you might have heard of. Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, new Browns wide receiver Deontay Johnson was actually asked about his opinion on who is going to be the Week 1 starter.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but who you think is going to be the starter? I know we talked about it off camera, but
I mean, they're going to roll with Kenny for right now.
So you just had rookie minicamp, right? Yeah. You went with them and did all that stuff. Who looked
I've been
at
seeing Kenny going right now. And then Joe will come in. I think they're probably going to roll with him.
Sunshine Cardboard. Welcome in.
Right.
Having a Super Bowl, so I think they're going to stick with him through preseason. And then, they can live with what Joe brings to the table.
Kenny Pickett, Week 1 starter, makes sense to you?
Deontay, why are you lying to these people? Why are you lying to these people? It's, you know what? I don't think Kenny's going to be the number one guy. You look at Joe Flacco, a guy who won Comeback Player of the Year, if I'm correct, with the Browns. Yeah. He's a guy that has been able to do it, has been consistent, has brought them to, their first wild card playoff game. So I think that's their number one guy going into it. I'm not going to say Kenny Pickett is not bad or that he can't handle it, but there's a lot of competition in that room. So it should be interesting to see, who comes out on top.
Yeah, I agree. The QB competition.
Travis, welcome in.
QB room is something. I kind of
what is that? Travis-saurus Rex.
I like it. I like it. Creative.
And Joe Flacco, and then
kudos.
Kenny Pickett, Shedeur. And you got the young guys that just came in, and I couldn't really tell you who would be the quarterback for the Browns because it's just I feel like it's up in the air. But if I were to make a decision right now, if I were to put all my chips on it, I would say it'd be Joe Flacco right now.
You've been around the block. What do you make of this term?
I mean, to me, what would make the most sense would be Joe Flacco. I would say, in my opinion, let the rookies.
Welcome in, everybody. Poll box is open. All information for the poll box is on the screen on the iPad. We have singles. Shout out your team. We'll look through that team and see if we got anything you're interested in. We also got Funko Pops in the shop. You see one you like, throw your boy an offer. Pretty simple. Keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean?
That he probably has with his teammates. But in terms of getting you back on the rails and getting on train tracks, I think that Joe Flacco has to be the guy. I did want to ask from your perspective, Cheese, because you've played with some vets, right? And now you have some relatively young guys at the QB position. What are some of the things that an offensive lineman is looking for out of a quarterback, whether it be veteran versus young guys like they have in Cleveland?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
As a quarterback, you want your quarterback to, hey, I'm in control right now. Like,
make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you guys tap that like. That'd be very much appreciated as well.
Is really special. So I think that's the biggest thing I'm looking for because a quarterback.
What is that? Barden. Barden, welcome in.
Respecting everybody in that huddle. That only helps them flourish. So all I'm looking for.
Have any questions? Feel free to ask. We got the pull box, we got singles, and we have Funko Pops.
Is it tough for those wide receivers, though, when it's multiple guys?
Have any questions, feel free to ask.
Trying to figure things
pull box information's on the screen on the iPad. If you're looking for a certain team, shout out that team. We'll go through some cards, see if we got anything you like.
It is tough. I played with a lot of different quarterbacks, and just the chemistry, just the thinking, the trust. It's definitely tough playing with multiple different quarterbacks.
Is it more of a feel? You brought this up to me off air the other day, just about this actual room, and it's the command inside that huddle, that dude quality, because the guys know. How much does that resonate for you when it is, a couple rookies and a couple vets and one guy in Kenny Pickett who's just trying to cling on to have a long career? How do you manage that?
Yeah, so from my experience, the best quarterbacks I've been around have been an extension of a coach. And then I played with younger quarterbacks that obviously they're trying to figure things out for themselves. So obviously, they haven't developed the leadership part of it. So definitely playing with a veteran guy that has that command. But there are young guys that, they have that command early on, and they're able to take that step.
Yeah, kind of leaning on your expertise as a wide receiver. How challenging is it for that receiver group to get a flow? Right? And when I say a flow, do they have to pick who they are trying to vibe with through training camp? Or do they just say, whoever the coaches pick, that's who I'm riding with?
I mean, receivers, we don't really, I wouldn't say we have say so. I mean, we do to an extent, but, we don't make that ultimate decision, but we just have to make it happen with them. It's just about putting in that extra work, that extra time, building that chemistry, watching film, communicating on and off the
Elijah,
field.
welcome in.
You know, I feel, in my experience, the better relationship you have off the field, the more it translates on the field, makes on the field that much easier. And all those extra repetitions, extra routes after practice, if you miss a rep, getting that extra work, and then that off season. You know, my best season with Teddy Bridgewater, we spent the entire off season together. A great season I had with Josh McCown, we did a lot of extra work. So the off season, all that extra time, it definitely translates to game day chemistry.
And on meals, it's the quarterback who always buys, right?
They should.
Okay, so just double checking and making sure that is the case. In San Francisco, Brock Purdy can certainly afford a lot of those meals, but if he wanted to lean on his tight end, he can. And George Kittle entering year number 9. Now, during a visit with Bustin' with the Boys and that podcast, they asked him when he decides to retire, when that is going to come, and if pro wrestling could be in his future.
I would love to do WWE.
Is it pretty safe to say that once George Kittle's done playing football, there's a WWE contract waiting for him?
I think there's definitely opportunity within that world, and I would love nothing more than to be a part of it. So this is my only question.
Welcome in.
I so much love being a fan of WWE. Like, I don't want to I would only do WWE if I bought a ring and practiced my ass off for a while, so I wouldn't look like an idiot out there. Because I've been in a WWE ring 3 times. I don't know what I'm doing out there. I have an understanding of how it works, but I haven't performed. I haven't moonsaulted off the top rope at WrestleMania like Pat McAfee did.
All right, there's a lot to unpack there. Number one, his ability to respect the game. Do you know what I mean? And I know he does that from a football perspective, but he's doing it with wrestling. Hey, I don't know. Most of us would be yeah, well, I wouldn't say this, but you guys probably would. Oh, I can get out there and handle it. George has got some respect, but we need to help this guy out. Okay. He's a performer. He's your number 1 tight end. You told us about that a little bit earlier. A wrestling name. Every good wrestler has to have a name. So, Quentin, we brought out the whiteboards for this.
Yeah.
What's the name for George Kittle?
Yeah, the name that I decided to go with is Vasper.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Vasper is the name. It's a little inside joke that he actually mentioned when he was on that podcast talking about a system that helps him out during his recovery. Wow. And so I'm going to give him this nickname just due to the fact
welcome
that...
Welcome in.
Cool.
We got the pull box open. We have singles.
It allows you to carry
football, basketball, hockey. We have the pull box open. 52 cards left. 3 chasers left.
You have great penmanship, by the way.
5 options to choose from as far as pulls: 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10.
G-Money.
Okay.
We also got Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, make me an offer.
Got a lot of swag people don't expect. And I think when you WWE, it requires a big personality. It requires...
Have any questions, feel free to ask.
Just that energy. So I think G-Money is perfect for a guy like George Kittle because... You know what I'm saying? He got his swag for it.
Okay, I like that. You can see, this dude likes to have more fun than anyone. I've been up at Niners camp a couple times, and you might be in the middle of the segment, and George will just roll up behind you and just have some fun and grab the mic and make sure that he gets a little FaceTime. And we love that when he does it. Chosen the WWE name.
So, what you got, baby?
Michael, welcome in.
Nickname for him, G-Kills. That's what I used to call him, bro. So that's what I call him, G-Kills.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. All right, well, mine's going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
All right, you guys know what I'm coming with. I think his name is Chaos. Yeah, that's Chaos. Y'all see the picture of him right there. I can see George Kittle coming out the back behind the screen and just sounding like Gallagher. Y'all remember Gallagher with the watermelon and the smasher?
Yeah.
Want to see me smash some fruit? I can see him all over the place. We know he's a personality. He's wild.
Want to see you smash some fruit?
His name as Chaos, and I think the fans will vibe with him.
All right, to be clear, you are a pretty good artist on the fly. That's pretty good. From one of our monitors, I'm like, is that a spider? What? No.
That's him in his hair.
Yeah, no, I get it. I need to take a closer look. All right, I usually don't necessarily always participate in the whiteboard stuff, but George the Animal Steel was the first thing that I thought of, and I'm not creative enough to come up with some sort of animal reference form. I came up with 2, so I'm going to go the People's tight end. We'll go a little rock reference, and then and then just with the Bay Area, there we go. I got my top part. Bay Area Brawler. Is that cheesy? I feels a little bit, but I'm just gonna. No, we got a little right. All right, I like it. He knows what he's doing out there. A little clothesline action for everyone.
That's like chaos. Look at him. He's built for it. Pure chaos. Yeah, he's built for it for sure. But listen, the WWE is real. You know, we've talked about it in the past on this show. I had an opportunity to get in there and do some work. There's a high regard
for each other. There's a high regard for everybody who has a role in that production. That's tough now. It's physical. I did a 2-day mini camp, bro, and I felt like I was in 3 weeks of training camp.
Well, we're going to avoid that, especially after we heard your story about that coming to the NFL.
Yeah, buddy.
Bird, welcome in.
For him. We got more Good Morning Football still to come. We're going to check in on a couple second-year quarterbacks. NFL analyst Nate Tice tells you what's in store for the Patriots, Drake May, and the Bears, Caleb Williams. Isaiah, what else do you have?
All right, next week, and we also got Browns rookie Shedeur Sanders. He's trying to go from 5th round of this year's draft to QB1 in Cleveland. We chatted with one of his offensive linemen just ahead here on GMFB. See you in a second.
Ow!
Lowe's knows. You want your first
Cracked the
takeout.
shit out of my elbow.
First impression. And with convenient same-day delivery, we'll help you make sure everything turns out
Awesome.
Lowe's knows a healthy summer.
Lowe's knows.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One
Gabriel,
Venture
welcome in.
business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. What's in your wallet?
What's
When
in
it
your
comes to
wallet?
disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/older adults.
Saving for retirement was tough enough.
And navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we keep a disciplined approach with your portfolio, helping you through the markets
I
ups and
think we're
downs.
gonna move our light
We check in
just
regularly
to lighten it up a little bit over
Which
here.
means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, as a fiduciary, we always put your interest first.
We're gonna
because
brighten it up a little bit over here.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Dick's Epic 4th of July sale is on. Take 20% off bog bags and igloo coolers, 25% off Stanley drinkware, $200
There we
off
go.
Callaway irons and TaylorMade drivers. Buy any DST item and get the second half price.
There we go. Scoot those back there.
Charlie. Use your
Pull boxes right there.
Let's go.
Silly dog. I'm gonna trade you for a cat. Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you
Kevin's
wings.
my best friend. He's a fireball. Full of energy all day, every day. When we came to St. Jude, it really put us at ease a lot. Everyone is caring, everyone is loving here. And they're trying to save people's lives all over the world. So everything that you donate is being used. We're grateful for everyone that help out.
You've got a subscription for streaming movies
There you go.
and music, maybe even one for food. But what about when it's your water line that's streaming? Repairs are expensive. Good contractors hard to find. A plan from HomeServe is like a subscription for peace of mind. For one small
Welcome in,
monthly fee,
everybody.
when a
Welcome
covered system
in.
breaks, we'll send a qualified contractor. and
Pull
pay for the
box is
repair.
open.
Why worry? Get HomeServe and chill.
We got singles.
HomeServe start at just $4.99 a month. Call 1-800.
We got Funko Pops as well.
Or visit homeserve.com.
CW Collects, welcome in.
I'm just serving on the mission today. It's gonna be quick. All right, it's gonna be a fight. But we the heavyweight champions, all right? All right, let's go. The dogs we got in here, yo. Perfect ball. Yo! Bro, it's on. It is. Touchdown and loud. Perfect time for Drake May. Mayday.
Drake May. Let's put this up here too. Ask about the freebies.
Ask about the freebies, y'all.
Really good at the beginning of something. This is better than expected, and now it's good. It's really good.
You start thinking about the future of the NFL, and it's in good hands with a lot of these young quarterbacks. Second-year QBs, they are creating a lot of chatter this season. And for more on that, we welcome in our film expert. Nate Tice is with us, my man. Always good to have you with us. Congrats on the newborn, by the way, because that just happened a couple weeks ago. I'm thrilled that, well, I guess you would have been up anyway to do this show just because of that.
Hurt, welcome in. Hey, our note just fell.
This new quarterback
Cannot fall. You should not fall. The freebie should not fall.
I think anyone that's even seen any of my work outside of Good Morning Football, Drake May is kind of my guy. I really, really high on him overall. Not just as a thrower.
Let's get a piece of tea, bitch.
As a thrower is just because he's so.
We're not going to have you fall again.
As a passer, inside the pocket, outside the
We
pocket.
are not going to have you fall again.
On top of that, as a rookie, he's very efficient, especially in a system.
Ask about that freebie.
Conducive to be efficient, a bad offensive line. Iffy receivers last year in New England. He still had a top 10 success rate from rookie quarterbacks since 2012.
Ask about that
And on top of
freebie.
that, I'm really excited to see how Josh McDaniels, who people think of as a traditional play caller, really excited to see how he uses Drake May as a runner. When
Football
Josh McDaniels
man,
and
welcome
Cam Newton
in.
were together in 2020, it was one of those weird offenses the last few years versus Cam Newton stuff with this Josh McDaniels stuff. And it really was good. It was some really fun stuff, and I'm excited to see how McDaniels uses May's legs. He only had one design run last year outside of QB sneaks and kneel downs and fumbles, but he also was ranked second in scramble yards per game, only behind Jaden Daniels among all quarterbacks in the NFL last year.
Jaden Daniels.
He's a very good athlete. So I'm very, very high on Drake May. Not only just this year, but into the future. I think this guy has all pro potential, and I really will stand on that. Not this year, but I do think the foundation for what he's going to become, we will start seeing the glimpses of it because I do think the talent is there.
Yep. Bears fans got a lot of hope that Caleb Williams will finally give them the first, well, they'll give them a 4,000-yard passer. What do you think we'll see from Caleb Williams this year?
Another guy I'm pretty excited. I remember this guy was the number one pick. There's some other rookie quarterbacks had some good years, kind of took his thunder a little bit. But, I think Caleb Williams, and I know that a lot of the runaround stuff kind of grabs the highlights where he was drawing comparisons to Mahomes, which is always going to be like a little dicey to me. Where I thought Caleb Williams, when he was coming out of college, he really had a lot of glimpses of Drew Brees coming out of Purdue, where he was working from the pocket. He's not the biggest guy, or tallest guy, I should say, sub 6'2", but he's stocky. And he's a good athlete, and his balance is exceptional. So what's really cool about that Drew Brees comparison, which was just for fun for me, in case it does work out, it's some fun to play my flag on, is that the Bears, this offensive system has a lot of Sean Payton to it. Ben Johnson has a lot of Sean Payton influences from working with Dan Campbell. And not only that, they hired Dan Rusher, the offensive line coach, who was Drew Brees' offensive line coach in New Orleans. So there's these comparisons for me. I'm like, yeah, all right, this is working. But I think this regime that took over in Chicago with Ben Johnson and the rest of the staff, they know what Caleb Williams is. He's good on the move. He needs a stout pocket. He needs an interior offensive line that keeps him upright and lets him see. We 6'2" is 6'2". Who's sub 6'2" is sub 6'2".
KG, welcome in. Welcome in.
What your quarterback is.
Poll box is
So that's why
open.
they went and got Joe Tooney.
All information is on the iPad. We have singles. Shout out your team. We'll go through that team, see if we got something you like. We also got Funko Pops. If you see one of those you like in the shop, throw your boy an offer.
System is going to really make sense for what Caleb is good at.
Feel free to ask any questions as well.
Traditional stuff.
Make sure you guys hit that follow, tap that like. That would be much appreciated.
Use his mind and get the ball out quickly. So I think there's going to be some more of these traditional elements, these Sean Payton influenced elements in this offense that I think make a lot of sense for Caleb Williams. Again, another guy I'm super bullish on.
And now, Nate, Caleb Williams has a lot of respect for the next guy we're going to talk about, a team that is familiar with me. My dad actually played for them. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers and potentially his last season.
52 cards left in the pull box. 3 chasers left. 5 pull options to choose from. You buy 1 pull for $3. I'm going to give you 1 for free, so you'll get 2 for $3, 3 for $6, 5 for $12, 7 for $15, and 10 for $20.
fullbacks and tight ends.
Again, if you're looking for a certain team, shout out that team. We'll go through that team and see if we got something you like. And again, we have Funko Pops in the shop. If you see one you like, throw your boy an offer.
There were some tie-ins where this was working, just kind of marriages of the offensive quarterback and the offensive system. I think where I have to see, where I'm like the most success I have to see is how Aaron Rodgers does against the blitz, which seems weird because a veteran quarterback you would
Paxtonson,
would kind of have a lot of good
welcome
answers.
in.
Last year with the Jets, where Aaron Rodgers kind of had his thumbprints on everything with the offense, saw a lot of weaknesses. Saw Vikings and the Broncos really take advantage of the protection stuff. So
Aaron Rodgers, trash. Trash. Aaron Rodgers is trash. He's going to come out and get hurt again.
Why I'm bringing that all up? The Steelers have this guy named Zach Frazier at center, who is a star. They drafted him in the second round last year from West Virginia. Played really, really well. Had some injuries as well, but I think this year, if he's healthy, he handles all that protection stuff. So I really do think there's a path here for this working, even more than I think or thought originally. I think there's going to be some interesting kind of style differences as well. Rodgers doesn't really like to throw over the middle as well. This offense kind of gets unlocked by that. But I think it's going to be a run heavy, some deep balls. And I just think, Rodgers and Smith working on the communication of when we can use some Rodgers stuff, when we use some Arthur Smith stuff. It's going to be interesting, but I do think there's a path to this working.
Transitioning into the same conference with the Browns and therefore potential starters, what do you make of that QB situation?
I think the old man ends up winning, Joe Flacco. I think he's on that roster to win the job. I do think
Browns have 5
QBs. It's not mathing in my head. There's 4 quarterbacks. There's only so many reps to go around. I mean, anyone that's been in an NFL training camp, you see the quarterbacks. It's usually like 2
Fitz,
guys.
welcome in.
The reps and maybe the QB3.
Full box is open. We have singles. We have Funko Pops. Have any questions? Feel free to ask.
As they're getting ready for week 1.
All information for the pull box is on the iPad in front of you.
Flacco's kind of taking his time right now. He's kind of getting those veteran days. It seems like in the OTAs, but there's not a lot of teams that carry 3 quarterbacks. It's usually 2 plus a practice squad guy. There's definitely nobody that carries 4. I don't think the last one I can remember is like the 2000 or 2001 Patriots. That was just because they didn't want Tom Brady to get swooped up before he started starting. I really do think that the math game of all this ends up with Flacco as the starter, and I'm just more interested about what unfolds with the rest of the roster. I think as everybody that's paying attention to Cleveland is as well, but I do think it's Flacco's job.
I don't think there's that many people paying attention to Cleveland, my guy.
So I'm going to go ahead and back it down. Let's go to a New York Giants.
Their team sells for $5 on break, so I can't see them being that popular.
Starting role though with Jackson Dart on the depth chart.
Tommy DeVito slander.
Let's go. Give me the cutlets. Well played, Nate.
I think my answer to this question is if you just look at the Giants' schedule, and you'll find your answer. The Giants face the hardest schedule in the NFL this year. By stats, look at it, but 6 of their first 8 games are against playoff teams from last year. 8 of their first 12 games are against playoff teams last year. And the other games
Wait, Barrett.
The 49ers, the Cowboys.
Relax, my guy.
Okay, we'll give you the Saints. We'll throw that one in there. You got to pay attention to the GM working for their job. Really. So, and Jackson Dart is this beautiful thing called a mystery box. So I think that when I really, if I had to put a number on this, I say by Thanksgiving, somewhere in November, because when that slate of games, that first half of the year where they take a deep breath, I think they get a 10-day kind of a little mini bye. I think that's where you see the rookie quarterback get dropped in, because I'm really excited about the Giants defense, but the offense has worries no matter who the quarterback is, just because the offensive line kind of gives me some iffiness. So, but I do think because of where this team is heading, and what I think the people in charge have to do, I think we see Jackson Dart a little bit earlier, maybe last 6 weeks this season. So I predict by Thanksgiving that we see Jackson Dart.
It does seem to make sense. Nate, I thought I was going to circle back on Tommy Cutlets, but you said something about the Saints. Can you just reiterate with Caesar here? What were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just going to throw the Saints in there. Hey, I got Kellen Moore, Scott Tolzien. Those are my guys. I love that offensive line. I really do.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
Well played. Circle back on that one. Because you did say it. Caesar was like, what? What's going on my side? If you have a message for Nate, you feel free.
Man,
It's all good. Everybody.
I'm sorry. Hey, you guys are building a good front up there. You know, Calvin Banks, good player too. It's gonna be fun.
Keep showing the big guys love.
Yeah, exactly. Nick's name checking that O-line.
I got Badger helmet.
Big fellas love that. They love that. Hey, Nate, seriously, man, we love having you on with us. You always drop a wealth of knowledge. And once again, congrats on the new baby. Try to get some sleep. And hopefully we will talk to you very soon.
We'll see you next, guys. So much. All right. See you guys.
More GMFB still to come.
Join the more than 7 million adults, like Michael, who've taken Ozempic.
As touring musicians, my type 2 diabetes could have slowed us down, but I didn't let it. I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C and lost some weight, too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death. And others take it to lower the risk of worsening chronic kidney disease.
Don't share needles or pens. Or
Mail call.
Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking
Let's see
the
what
medical
we
help
got
right
in
away
this.
if you get a lump or swelling in your neck or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure. Our nursing or
Better
medical
get some
plan to
top
know.
loaders.
Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder, or severe stomach
Better
problems.
get some
or
top
changes in
loaders.
vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking the sulfonylurea or insulin may raise low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation.
See what we
Some
got
side effects
here.
lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Discover the
Where's that
GLP-1
put my
with the
top
most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic.
Just got more cards in the mail, so let me get these sleeved up and whatnot. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Jesse loves
We have the
Detective.
pull box open. We have singles. We have Funko Pops.
And doesn't leave behind irritating
All information for the pull box is on the iPad on your screen.
Get a limited time offer
Shout
on
out your
bonus packs
team.
with 15%
We'll go through that
more
team,
bonus
see if
free.
we got something you like.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size.
All right, let's see what we got to sleeve up here.
/ the right seat.
NetCredit is
Lawrence
here to say
Taylor.
yes, even
Eli
when other
Manning.
lenders won't.
Lawrence
Apply
Taylor
online
again.
in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
When you say
Baby back ribs.
LT.
Where does it go?
Lawrence
Nobody knows.
Taylor.
Hey, how did you do that?
Honey, it's magic.
Has anyone seen a perfectly sauced rib?
Just go back to the buffet. It's all you can eat.
But it was sauced perfectly.
Oh boy.
Hey, what's up? This is Justin Jefferson, and I'm taking over NFL Network for a day.
Oh my goodness!
Daniel Jones.
I'm showcasing the games and shows I want you to see.
Ryan
This is
Burns.
NFL Players' Choice, only on
Darius
NFL Network.
Slayton. Herman Moore.
Tonight on the Insiders, can the Niners go from worst to first in the NFC
Oh,
West?
shit.
Possible. Can Jaden Daniels
Gotta
be
get
even
these
better in
Lions
his second
sleeved up.
NFL season? Also possible.
Gotta get these Lions sleeved up.
That's a definite tonight, 7 Eastern. Welcome back to GMFC. We are pumped to bring in our next guest, who's entering
Welcome in,
his
everybody.
12th
Welcome
NFL
in.
season. Browns offensive tackle Cornelius Lucas is with us. Man, appreciate it. And certainly, Cornelius, when it comes down to your squad, one of the biggest stories of the offseason has been the Browns quarterback situation. Have you done one interview this offseason without being asked about this?
No, this every single one of them.
Okay, I'm gonna hop on the train here. Just break it down for me. What's it actually like for you at minicamp? All of us have been talking about dividing reps, not the easiest thing. The conversations, everyone's talking about it nationally. What's it like for you to be involved in that?
Oh, personally, as an O-line, I have to look back after each play call and make sure I'm looking at the right person to analyze their cadence, because each quarterback is slightly different. So I got to take that into account with me getting off the ball and stuff like that. But it's been pretty good so far, man. All the guys we got in the room are working really hard. And I feel like competition at the quarterback spot can be good. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most important position on the team. And if you have competition there, you'll have competition everywhere.
How has the interaction been with Dylan Gabriel and Shadur Sanders? And also, what's your rookie dinner expectations with them?
So far, they've been two good rookies, man. You know, they haven't come in and said too much or did too much. They've just been sponges. It seems like they take a lot from my guy Sleepy Joe.
That guy's
like, they just come in the building, they work. I'm expecting to have a hell of a rookie dinner for both of the guys, especially Shador.
Man, talking about the rookies, okay, you have a handful of rookie QBs that you are playing with currently, but let's go back to last year where you had the rookie in Jaden Daniels, right? You're protecting him out there in Washington. Help us understand, what did you see in terms of his growth from the beginning of last season all the way through the end, you guys' playoff run?
Damn. I wouldn't say growth. I would just say consistency. Like, from day one, the guy had a plan on how he wanted to work, and every day I seen him execute that plan. Like, morning, sleet, or snow, like, no matter what it was, he was there at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the indoor, doing the VR stuff with the plays, getting the blitzes at 400 times game speed, stuff like that, man. And it was a surprise in the beginning, like seeing how good this guy was, but as the year went on, it just became the norm because that's what he showed you each and every day.
Big dog in the trenches, my guy. Quick question, man. You know, as offensive linemen, we do the dirty work. Nobody really knows what we do. We kind of like the unsung hero. You know what it's like, man. We're putting in the work. If something goes bad, it's our fault. If something goes good, somebody else did a good job. So what's something you wish people knew more about offensive line?
Oh, how we can play a 70-play game and lock somebody up 69 plays out the game and give them 1 second. Now we had a bad game. Like, I hate that. I wish we had more stats, more good stats for offensive linemen. I wish people study our technique the same way they study wide receivers and DBs, man, because there's an art to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an art to taking a guy against his will and moving him somewhere that he doesn't want to be.
Nah,
facts.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you. And I agree.
I agree
wholeheartedly. You know, we need a stat. We need how many pancakes, how many times I punched you in your chest, how many twists I passed off. Because that's, like you said, it's an art. And it's not easy. You ever see a skill player getting the O-line stance? They don't look like athletes no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you.
Yeah, all that,
Hey, look, Cornelius, you guys are going to get some love. There is a Protector of the Year award now this year, so that should be something interesting over your tenure.
Welcome in, redheaded stepchild.
We actually had Teron Armstead come through yesterday. He gave us a little insight on his top
We got the
5
pull box,
people
we got singles, and we have Funkos.
Who was the
Pull box information is on the screen on the iPad. If you're looking for singles, shout out your team. We'll see if we can find a player for you. If you're looking at the Funkos, show your boy an offer. Sorry, I'm sleeving up some stuff in the background as well.
I was blessed to go against Julius Peppers, man. Somebody in the forefront right now.
Nice little
We
Malik
got the
Neighbors.
guy, Daniil Hunter.
Another
I
Malik
feel like
Neighbors.
he's a craftsman when it comes to moves that no one has ever seen. He has a complete total different bag. We got to go with 95 from the Browns. I've never seen a first step. I've never seen athleticism and bend from a guy that's big, that size. After that, let's see where I'm gonna go with my 4th and 5th. Let's think real long and hard. We got that guy from the Raiders, Max Crosby. Relentless pursuit, relentless effort. Backup move for the backup move. And then he has a backup move for that one if it doesn't work. And that 5th one, man, I'm gonna say crowd noise. I'm gonna put crowd noise in there. Going into hostile territories, playing against fire-breathing dragons where you can't hit a count. So you gotta look to see what's going on. Yeah, man, all that stuff comes into play.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got
Cornelius, man, I want to switch gears here a little bit, man. You
Charles
turned
Woodson,
tragedy and devastating
after
tragedy
image.
into good. Your dad drowned when you were 7 years old, and since then you've created the Laps with Luke Swim and Leadership Camp. Please tell us more about that.
Well, this is something very near and dear to my heart, man. Like you say, my dad passed away at the age of 7 to a swimming accident, and water has held a plague over me since then. Just being able to see how fast it can take your loved ones. So one day sitting down talking to my significant other, she was like, "Man, you should do a swim camp. You know, a lot of guys have football camps and all that, but no one's really doing a swim camp." And I gave it some thought. And I
That's a
teamed
dope
up with
card.
the guys at Son of Saint.
That's a nice card. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
Right now we're on our
Kim
third
Cousins,
one. This
welcome
year,
in.
I'm incorporating the 18th award.
Big
Brown Girls Swim, NOLA.
Big Papa
Raising
Pound,
Cane's,
welcome in.
and
Blazing
Austin.
Slabs,
And
welcome in.
together we've grown the camp to
03,
something
welcome
about
back in.
25 kids this year. And with hopes
Sorry,
of,
guys, I was sleeving up some new incoming cards that we just got.
anyone and everyone that wants to
Give
come
you guys
see,
what
that's my hopes and
what just
plans
came
for
in the
next
mail.
year, moving forward. But as of right
We got a
now,
Malik
man,
Neighbors
looking forward to
rookie,
knocking
another
these
Malik
next 2 days
Neighbors,
out. Some great speakers coming in.
Javon Bullard,
Just to give guys that
Antonio Freeman,
have a shot at the NFL,
Charles
just to give
Woodson,
them other thoughts on what they want to do in
Mandrich,
life, also while we learn how to swim.
Dave
And
Robinson, Barry Sanders, Herman Moore, Barry Sanders, Herman Moore, Lawrence Taylor, that new dude on the Lions, I forget his name. Do you possibly have any wrestling cards for sale? No wrestling cards, but I do have wrestling Funko Pops. Have tons of wrestling Funko Pops if you're interested.
Swim, and sometimes there's a fear factor with the adults that's really hard to overcome. You actually learned to swim with some of the kids at your camp. How challenging was it for you to overcome that fear?
Lions.
Well, through the years, I've like inched my way further and further.
Lions.
I told myself when I turned 30, I was going to jump into Coach Mafia. I did that.
New York, New York.
I've just been like building my courage. I couldn't just go into the swim camp and
Let's put these Green Bays back
I'm growing
into their position with the other ones. Where's Green Bay at? Are you over here? Where's the pack?
I'm just getting better each and every time.
Raiders, Bengals, Packers. We found the Packers. We found the Packers. I might be able to fit
the backflip that's there.
the Bucks.
I saw you.
Let's see if the Bucks will fit there.
By the way, it looks like you're ready for a
We'll
race.
add these guys here in the back.
By the way, seriously, awesome. This cause is
Packers are in their rightful spot. Detroit
Lions.
Lions.
So thank you for sharing your story, which I know is not always the easiest thing to do, and putting
Let's hope
together
y'all
this
guys
camp.
will fit in
Continued
there.
success, man, and stay healthy this upcoming season. Okay.
All right, thank you for having
them
me.
right
Appreciate
there
you,
for
bro.
now.
All right, man, we got
Because
more.
they're not going to fit in the box with the rest.
There's some of those shots there.
Who else we got? New York, the Giants. Where the Giants at? We get Giants. There you are. Throw that in there with the Giants. Then we got this base. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Throw this in here with the base.
The team takes center stage for the premier youth flag football event of the summer.
Big title on the line in the shadow of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
NFL Flag Championships, presented by Toyota, July 18th through 20th on ESPN, ABC, and more Disney networks.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival.
Sherman Thomas.
Space for your people.
Huh, that's an old name. Welcome in, everybody. We got the Full Box Live. We have singles.
What's this? We need to keep our family communication plan safe in case of an emergency.
Thanks, Pizza.
Start a conversation with your family and plan together for emergencies.
Many people told us they'd had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before. Oh, only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Where's the pizza?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza.
Yummy.
Try one for the first time tonight.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop 4th of July savings on GE Profile appliances.
Sleek outside, dual dispense inside, and all-in-one laundry.
Welcome in, welcome in. Finn, welcome in.
Get free delivery now.
Pull box is open. 3 chasers are still alive. 52 cards left in the pull box. We have singles. Shout out your team. We'll look to see if we got some cards that you might be interested in.
Listening is a form of love.
We also got Funko Pops in the shop too. If you see one you like, throw your boy an offer.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving.
Make sure you guys ask about the freebie too. Shit. Nobody cares about the freebies anymore, huh?
Helping neighbors, pitching in, and getting it done. For them, only America.
Nobody cares about the freebie.
Truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
2 summer sensations are flying into DQ. One is sure to save the summer, and the other,
We got 5 pull options on the pull box.
the new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Right now at DQ.
If you're looking for a certain team, shout them out. We'll pull out that team and see if we got some players you want. If you're into Funkos, we got Funko Pops in the shop. You see one you like, throw your boy an offer. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, tap their likes. Very much appreciated if you did so.
If you love good football, this is the place to be. It's game time. We got a lot of top players that are about to play.
Oh, big news coming out of Tampa today. The Bucs announcing head coach Todd Bowles.
I actually,
have agreed to
I should have told old boy I do have a few wrestling cards.
The past 3 campaigns, Bowles becomes the first head coach to receive a contract extension.
I'm going to take him and let him know that.
2008. Yeah, it has been a minute. Meanwhile, wide receiver Deontay Johnson's time with the Ravens less than memorable after being acquired in a trade with the Panthers. 4 games for him with Baltimore. Had just 1 catch for 6 yards. Didn't play a snap in their Week 13 home loss to the Eagles.
Let me
Now
see
with
if
the
I can
Browns,
find
Johnson
him in
recently
here.
went on the Sports and Suits podcast and confessed he refused to enter the game because of weather conditions.
So I'm on the sideline, just standing there, like just going to the heater back and forth, like just waiting to hear my name called. Yeah. So, 4th, like end of 3rd, going into the 4th or whatever. They're like, "Tay, we need you." I'm like, nah, I don't think it's. To me, I'm thinking like, I don't think it's a good idea for me, like, cause like I was thinking about like my legs. I'm already. I don't want to go out there and put bad stuff on film.
Right.
And it's not like I didn't want to go in the game, but you got to think like leading up to this point, I've been through so much, and
like you said, man, you were kind of checked out.
I checked out mentally. I was like, whatever happens, happens. Like I was just rolling with the punches at that time. So I told him I wasn't going in. I was like, I understand what you're saying, like, but I'm not going to go in. So I just sat on the bench, and then that's when they suspended me.
Fresh start.
Would you send the goddamn message already?
Travis Kelce holding court on the field. We're going to break down some of the action off of it, though, with some tight ends when we come back.
Dick's Epic 4th of July sale is on. Get 20% off bog bags and igloo coolers, 25% off Stanley drinkware, $200 off Callaway irons and TaylorMade drivers.
I forgot all about those. I forgot all about those.
This is Roundup Dual Action. This stuff doesn't just kill existing weeds down to the root. It keeps working for up to 4 months, from the first days of spring to the 4th day of July. Roundup Dual Action kills and prevents weeds, guaranteed.
I
This
forgot
stuff
I
works.
do have some of those.
Do you make it through security so fast? The agents applaud. Your travel itineraries are so well written, they're on the bestseller list. And you have access to lounges that don't officially exist. That's why you rent with National, where you can skip the counter and choose any vehicle in Rhode Island. Because travel isn't a competition. Except that it is. And you're winning.
Because I love you.
I forgot all about these cards I do have.
You were walking with Mark?
I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Because I love you, I should smash your phone.
Because I love you. You understand.
At Ace, we know whether you grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or griddle. We've got the perfect grill for you. Because only
forgot I
Weber
had
Ace has
these.
all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg.
I forgot I had these gold-plated wrestling cards.
Yeah. Grill, along with all the sauces, rubs, and grilling extras, you'll have everything you need for your perfect barbecue. That sounds pretty perfect.
ZO3. I forgot I did have some gold-plated wrestling cards. I'm actually pulling them out right now.
If something happens,
Give me a second.
LifeLock provides a U.S.-based restoration specialist to fix it start to finish. Guaranteed or your money.
These are collector series as well, just FYI.
LifeLock today.
I do have the booklet that holds these as well. I will give you a gander at that in a second. Yes, we have tons of Packers. We have tons of Packers. So, I'm sorry, they're 22 karat gold. They come in this sleeve. I'll get to your Packers in 1 second, my guy. These are the gold-plated cards I have. I have The Rock. I have The Rock. I've got Andre the Giant. I've got Jesse the Body Ventura. I've got The Undertaker. I've got Big Boss Man. Sergeant Slaughter. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. X-Pac.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat,
Kane.
then shoot each at NHTSA.gov/.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Mankind. Those are the gold-plated WWE wrestlers I have. And you said you wanted to see the Packers. Braden. You still in here, Braden? If you're still in here, we will pull out them Packers for you. And let you see what we got. I just need to know you're still in here. Pull out these Packers. All right.
First ballot. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is you just look at his total resume. You look at what he's done over the course of his career. You look at all the things, the challenges he's had.
Let me check for you 1 second, Z. Let me get through these Packers real quick.
He's done it.
And I'll get back to you on the price. Or you can I'll message you. I can message you as well. So let me make sure. Here's our Packers we're going to go through. So give me 1 quick hot second. I want to make sure we don't have any in the QB. I want to make sure we don't have any in the QB because we got patches too. Let's see. Do we have any QBs in here? Yeah, we got one there.
Two things that could help that resume. Super Bowl for you guys.
Okay. Let me check the patches real quick for you.
Which seems like that would be a fair assessment. Meanwhile, we made reference to tight end you going down in Nashville. Apparently, the dudes are doing some other things besides playing football.
Let me get the patches because I know we got some patches. There's one patch, Green Bay. There's another patch, Green Bay.
Man, it's funny. George Kittle swings a driver like I think George Kittle.
I think we got some duos of Green Bay. I got a lot of Green Bay too. I'm a Lions fan, but I got Green Bay.
Yeah, I got a little stagger in my.
There's a Green Bay, another Green Bay with a lion. All right, let's go through these Green Bays, my guy. Put that there. All right. So on the duos, there we got that one.
Who's on that?
Sure is full of wonders.
Matthews, Stafford, and Clay Matthews. We got Marshawn Lloyd and Luke McCaffrey. We have two of those.
Pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy a spotless house for
We've got Brett Favre and Jordan Love.
We need some help.
I know. I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. And if
What is that?
we have the money in our account as soon as the
I
same
can't even read that.
Go to CashNetUSA.
We got the Jordan Love patch on the Z jersey.
Now I can help the kids in my community.
We got the Marshawn Lloyd rookie phenom.
Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
And then here's all the other Raiders we got. Give me a second. This is going to take a few. We got a lot.
We treat your outdoor.
All right. We got a Brett Favre.
And when you bundle it with your home and auto, you can be
I'm not even going to try to. What is that? Anders Carlson.
Always ready for your next adventure.
Sterling Sharp.
That's just how we do it around these parts.
Michael Pratt. Marshawn Lloyd.
It's just how we do it.
Yari Alexander on the red. Malik Willis. Jordan Love on the copper, or is that gold? Josh Jacobs on the red. Josh Jacobs. Butler. Mandrich. Love. Josh Jacobs. Marshawn Lloyd.
Who are you? Your lungs.
Lucas Van Ness.
Even though you quit
Who's
smoking
that?
years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Tucker Kraft.
Screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Antonio Freeman. Edgerrin Cooper. Marshawn Lloyd. Edgerrin Cooper on the sparkle. Gilbert Brown. Jordan Love. Let me grab this other stack. We also got another Marshawn Lloyd. Luke Musgrove. We got a Marshawn Lloyd on the rookie Stallions. We got a Jordan Love on the Z Marquee. We got another Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs. Brett Favre. Carrington Valentine on the rookie. Antonio Freeman. Christian Watson. Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs. Kalen King on the rookie. Romeo Dobbs on the purple laser. Dave Robinson. Mandrich. Charles Woodson. Antonio Freeman. Javon Bullard. Charles Woodson on the after image. Javon Bullard. And another McCaffrey and Marshawn Lloyd. Those are all of the Green Bays. Told you I had a lot of Green Bay. Told you.
Inside our NFL Network studios, I feel like we have a responsibility on this show to entertain and also educate. But that education is not just football for fans. Sometimes some of the elder statesmen need to drop some knowledge on some of our young.
How much for the Favre and Woodson? Let me grab the Favre real quick. And the Woodson.
Listen, so we're having a conversation. Everybody has a pregame ritual, right?
Yes.
Everybody has the music that they listen to. Some people like to turn up. Some people like to listen to classical music and calm down, right? But myself, right, I listen to a mix between gospel and a little bit of rap. But fellas, what you guys got going on your playlist?
Pregame?
Yeah, pregame.
Yeah, I got a core.
All right.
Philly
That Favre there, is that the one you're talking about?
Some Kendrick. I just mix it all up.
Yeah, you all in there. What you got?
I need something that's
Okay, we'll set that one to the side. And you said, who else? Woodson?
He gets me in the right mindset before the game, especially I'm trying to hit
Let
somebody.
me grab this Charles Woodson.
Sleeper pick for me is Playboy Cardi. He really gets me right. I feel like I can go out there, fly around, have fun. Yeah, enjoy my time.
Okay, what you got, Charles?
Now I listen to a lot of gospel, but the show got a rock with my dog Yak Attack Kodak.
Think
Yeah.
You know,
it had to be one of these two.
Well, you
Had to be one of these two.
Eminem, Lose Yourself is gone. That's on the short list now. That's
Which one of the Woodsons are we talking about? Left or right? Left or right? Both?
Some gospel. Yeah, we gotta have a little bit of that. Things.
Throw me an offer, my guy. Throw me an offer.
And I point you out and I single you out because, well, look, your team had some success a season ago. Last time we saw Matt.
Throw your boy an offer, and we could possibly work a deal out, my guy.
I know it's still seared into your brain. Regular season, Stafford threw for nearly 30.
No doubt.
20 touchdowns, just 8 picks as they got to the NFC West Division Championship match.
Let me know.
I think the obvious.
I'll put those 3 to the side.
Maybe I'll just set this up for you because you're going to say it's the Super Bowl here. But
Let me put these patches and whatnot back in there.
Squad is in this NFC, so make a compelling case while you guys.
Patch goes in the bag.
Look at the new additions that we got over
The
offseason.
patches go in the bag.
These are all guys and
We got any more?
that came into
Those
our organization
patches?
that are going to make a
Nope,
direct
that's
impact.
quarterback.
I think
Patch.
the biggest question really is how is
Patch.
Devontae going to kind of mix
Then
and
we
mingle
got
with
duos.
Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. And you take a look about the high-powered offense that we have now. You take a look at how Sean McVay has been successful over the course of his career.
We'll put the duos
and Matthew
back.
Stafford over his tenure. I think we have a fantastic shot of being a top contender in the NFC, and I'm very, very excited to see what these guys are going to do. I expect nothing less than 30 points a game. I think the Rams are a really talented young team. I think a lot of people overlook that.
I got those 3 cards set to the side for you, my guy. You let me know what your offer is, and we'll go from there.
Defense, we go against the defense so much. They got a lot of young talent on the defensive line. Was 2 rookies.
We still got the pull box open. We have singles as well.
And you got a lot of other young guys in the defense too. And I think once you start building youth and the young guys are starting to produce and look really good. I mean, you got a good shot.
Is OZ still in here? Yes, he is. OZ. Now, let's get back to you.
And I don't see any drop off from him to Cooper Kupp. And I think what they built last year, they weren't too far. I mean, that game with the Eagles came down to the wire. So
I'm gonna see if we can.
And, they have to win the formula. They've been there before.
How many of these would you be interested in, OZ?
Had a great impact at the receiver position. How much of an impact do you foresee Devontae Adams having on the Rams, especially playing across from?
How many of the wrestling cards would you be interested in?
Especially him in that system with the offense, the creativity, and him pairing up with Matthew Stafford. That's going to be nice to see.
Do you still look at the squad as the team?
Listen, as long as Coach McVay is the head coach, I always look at this team as a strong outfit. Obviously they're in the NFC West.
Bills fan forever. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Right now, right? You really don't know who is who. San Francisco, had a lot of injuries. Seattle, new coach.
OZ, if you're interested in any of these, let me know. Or Z, I'm sorry. I forget what his name was. I know it's Z03. Z03, how many of those cars would you be interested in, my guy?
And then that defensive line with Versa and everybody, that whole
CDL, welcome in. We have the pull box open with 3 chasers left, 52 cards left in the pull box. We have 5 pull options. Let me know the total for all. I probably can't today, but I've got a good check coming in. So when it hits, I'd probably message you if it's still available. Okay. Let me see if I can price one of these real car just to see where we're at as far as price. Let me get 1 second. Give me 1 second.
He's a great
and we'll check that out.
A great teammate. He's always going to put his guys around him first. Very selfless player. And when you lose a guy like that, you kind of wonder what are you going to do?
Let me see if we can get a scan.
Get somebody that kind of has that leadership role. Are you going to get somebody that has the
go
same
from there?
And what I saw when we did
see if we can get a scan and go from there.
You get a guy that's work first. He's work first. He's going to go out there. You know what you're going to get every day. And going against him, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. There were some days where it's like, man, you understand why he's been at the top of his game year in and year out. So I think the Rams, especially the front office, they did do a good job of addressing the issue when Cooper Kupp left. But that is not to say that Cooper Kupp was a fantastic player. He's a fantastic human being.
Let's see.
I wish him the best in Seattle. But that's not to say that, hey, Devontae is going to be a great addition for us. Great locker room guy. Obviously, great family man, too. So I'm excited to see what he does this year.
They are pretty pricey. I'm not going to lie, my guy.
Changes inside of a locker room.
The Andre the Giant goes for 30.
Yeah, it depends. You know, it all depends on who's getting traded or who's moving around.
Sergeant Slaughter's going for 5.
You know, I like to see things.
So I mean, I can put them all together.
Playing certain divisions.
I'll get the totals. I'll get the totals for all these. I'm actually going to write them down right now.
Yeah, we talked about the leadership all the time.
I'll get the total for all these, and then I'll give you a grand total. Obviously, I'm not going to charge you full price.
And a little bit of back and forth will sprinkle
But
in.
we'll get it in.
Sort of that team. They're healthy. How do those rosters stack up?
Yeah, I mean, the
So
San Francisco 49ers lost a lot.
the
They lost
Andre
a lot.
the
Obviously,
Giant.
They had to break off Brock Purdy, give him the bag, and by doing that, they lost what 5, 6
The Andre
key,
is 30.
contributors on the defense side of the ball. So obviously now they get Robert Saleh back, so
shit.
they're gonna have the culture, they'll have that ethos.
The
of
Andre
what
would be
times
30.
past. But there's gonna be some players that we don't necessarily talk about all the time that are gonna have to show up. And
The
show
Rock
out
is
for them.
30.
There will be some guys because there's always guys that show up. He will develop them. He will get them going. And I think that they will eventually have a resurgence. It's just a matter of how long will that take.
Chosen for you, when you assess the teams that are out there,
Okay,
inside
Big Boss
that
Man is
division,
11.
Is there a team that sort of pops maybe a little bit more? And I know you don't have to look at coins when you answer this question, but who is sort of that team?
Okay.
Niner gang, bang bang. I like 49ers. I think
let's
that
see who else we got.
knowing Shanahan, knowing his competitive nature, like
Well,
the
we got some
standard,
damn
they come in
yes.
with it all this year, and I think that what happened last year, they hungry, and I don't see them.
Stone Cold.
I don't
That's
see them,
Stone Cold. If I
falling
get it
short to
graded.
what their goals are, in my
If I
opinion.
get that Stone Cold
division.
graded right there,
But I think it's going to come
worth
down to winning the
130.
race.
Well, look, they do have Brock
I don't know
Purdy
what
who's
it
now
is,
signed
not
and delivered
graded
for
yet.
an extended period of time. We know, Quentin, when it comes to your
Sergeant
quarterback,
Slaughter
Matthew
is
Stafford,
5.
I think I read a quote from you last night talking about him as a future Hall of Famer. So I will start with you. You think he gets there, but is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No doubt in my mind
Slaughter.
that he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. There is a
Who we
reason.
got?
I'll tell you this. The truest measure of performance is consistency. And this is a guy that's done it year in and year out. Obviously, the tenure during his Lions, he might not have gotten to the playoffs or anything like that, but he showed how much of a dog he was. And every time we're in the locker room or we're on the field, we always call him a dog. I'll give you one of
Mankind
the statistics.
is
He
15.
is number 10 on all-time passing yards. I'm going to give you a couple names, and you can kind of guess or kind of figure out if these guys are first ballot Hall of Famers. Some of them are already Hall of Famers.
Stone
themselves.
Cold.
Tom Brady.
Where is that?
Drew Brees. Peyton
Where did I
Manning.
put the Stone Cold?
Brett Favre. Oh, yeah. Ben Roethlisberger. Phillip Rivers.
The Stone
Yeah,
Cold is
Aaron Rodgers,
25.
Matt Ryan, Dan Marino. If you look at that whole list, you would be like, oh, there are some Hall of Famers there. There are some guys, potentially that are still playing. And Matthew Stafford is number 10 on that list. So whenever you're in the company of other guys like that, you can kind of make an easy assessment to say, you know what, he's the easy first ballot Hall of Famer as well.
Caesar, you've been in company of at least one of those guys in Drew Brees. You've been around him. Do you look at Stafford and his accomplishments and say first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I think all the way back to Detroit. That's back when I was a kid watching Matthew Stafford. Still don't mean to call him too old or nothing. But yeah, you look at his accomplishments. You look at what he's done, and like you touched on, consistency. He keeps doing it every year. And I think just got a championship, has a Super Bowl, and I don't see why not.
Jesse the Body Ventura is 10.
Quarterbacks, and some talented ones as well. How do you assess it?
How many years was it that Matthew Stafford was in LA and then they went to the Super Bowl? Was it their first year?
Yeah, first year.
And was Calvin Johnson was the first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
So you can't put the losing in Detroit on him. That doesn't take away from his success. So in my opinion, I believe so.
You know, I guess I'm gonna be on my own island over here. And I'm gonna say no disrespect. You say whatever you want to after you say no disrespect. You know that, right? So no disrespect.
Because here comes the disrespect.
No, I believe that Matthew Stafford is an amazing player. Amazing. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's impacted this game. But when I think about first ballot, and I know this conversation about Hall of Famers and who should go in first,
Kane is
I
10.
think about guys that are just they impact the game so much. They're such a weapon that they solely take over every single game that they step on the field.
What is
the guy that you have to circle and be so concerned about that he could just
what is the
single-handedly
price
just-
we're at
just-
right
just
now, baby?
destroy you. I don't perceive
add up
Matthew
the
Stafford
total
as
real
that.
quick.
I perceive Matthew Stafford
I
as
still got
somebody
3 more
that
to do.
you trust, that's going to be comfortable and confident, that's going to lead his team. But he's not somebody that I fear, right? He's not somebody that I fear, and for that reason, I don't consider
So far,
him
it's
to
at
be a first ballot.
136.
That's not to say that he hasn't been consistently good throughout his career. But when I think about first ballot guys, I'm like, that's the guy. No matter what, no matter who's out there, he's the guy that I'm like, yeah, he's on my team, no matter what.
What would take him to that point to be first ballot?
I think he gets another ring. I think he gets another ring for sure. And it's not all about the rings and things. I know everybody's talking about the LeBron conversation right now, but you know, I played with a lot of great players. I played with Tom Brady. I played with T.O. I played with Randy Moss. And when you hear about those guys, those are like, okay, those guys are first or top 3 in their position group. I don't consider
Triple H is
Matthew
20.
Stafford to be that. Now, there's been a gazillion great quarterbacks over the years, but I don't think about Matthew Stafford in that same light. If you ask the question, is Matthew Stafford a first ballot or is Eli Manning a first ballot? I'm gonna say Matthew Stafford has had better statistics, but I'm gonna say that Eli Manning got them rings, right? So when he gets to the bowl, he wins that thing. So that's how I weigh it, and it's a very tricky conversation, but I don't perceive him as a first ballot, but he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Undertaker is
Everything in his
15.
situation wasn't in his control.
You're absolutely correct.
Eli was in a lot better situation, better defense, better team, better situation to win. Matthew wasn't in that, and he went to a situation that was like that. That was ideal.
And X-Pac is...
It's definitely a conversation to be had.
Yesterday on the show, we were talking about, opportunity to go win a Super Bowl, right? There's MVPs for Lamar Jackson. We got Josh Allen, who's there as well. And I think
X-Pac is 20 as well.
For
all right, so what's the total of that? Then
we'll
go off a price on that.
Super Bowl and maybe adding to that resume for Matthew Stafford will come down to that supporting
Let me
cast.
put
There's a good stretch of
Let me put the iPad back up for the pull box. Sorry, had to use that to do some grading, pricing.
Maybe we're
What's that, sweetheart?
Conversation. He wouldn't not have to pound the table here and going, hey, he is a first.
And you know what? And the thing about Hall of Fame conversations is it's all opinion. Right, it's all opinion based. Everybody's gonna look at perceive it differently. Like I said, I mentioned I played with T.O. T.O. to me is top 3, hands down, receivers of all time. But he was the first ballot, right? So it's not just about yards, it's not just about the production, right? People are gonna perceive it differently, right? So in my eyes, that's a no-brainer. He's first ballot. He wasn't, right? So when you start talking about guys like Matthew Stafford, do you look at Matthew Stafford in the same light as a T.O.? Me, no.
I'll give you the last bite of the apple here, because you are one of his teammates, and you do think he is a future first ballot Hall of Famer. Is there a moment, is there a story that will resonate? Because we don't know. You said, hey, we call him a dog inside the locker room. We can reference the stats. And I think the reality is when we have conversations when we haven't played with him, we're not inside that locker room. That's
and
the
I'll
thing
probably
ship him. Is there something that you would point to that puts him over the top?
The biggest thing that I've noticed about Matthew Stafford is his resiliency. There's 2 clips that have been
200,
and
I'm gonna send the book with it too.
And that has been one when he was at Detroit. He threw it was a 2-minute drive. He was driving down the field. He gets drilled by a defender. His shoulder pops out. Comes down the field, is able to throw a touchdown pass with his shoulder popped out. So that's one example. When we played the Detroit Lions, and I saw this firsthand, I was amazed about how tough he was. He gets hit by Aiden Hutchinson, and no one really tells you. Sometimes you hear players' stories of them getting knocked out, but they'll lie a little bit and say that he was blacked out on the field. Gets up, pops up, and starts talking to Aiden Hutchinson right there and then. I'm like, that is a dog. That is a guy I can rally behind. That is a guy I want to be at the leader of my team. So there are a lot of things, and you guys know, you hear stories all the time of guys that, have been knocked out or guys that are playing through injuries, but those sometimes aren't things that the media shows or sometimes the media hears. And I think when you see those stories or see those things as a player, it just gives you a more appreciation of that player.
Those Detroit games, by the way, they feel different, right?
Completely different. The atmosphere when we first played them in the first playoff game when they got back, what was it, 2 years ago? It was probably the most, anybody would tell you that played in that game, it was the most incredible environment ever. I mean, you have fans are right behind your head. So the playoffs are a different environment in themselves. But then when we had Detroit, when we went over there to Ford Field, I enjoyed it. I know, the outcome wasn't the way we wanted to, but, it's a great environment always playing in the playoffs, especially like a place like that.
Yeah, we will continue this conversation, by the way, on the NFC, specifically inside that division. But we do have some breaking news. Don't always get to say that this early in the day. But yes, our Mike Garafolo is reporting that there's at least reason to smile here if you are a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. The Bucks have agreed to a multi-year contract extension with Todd Bowles and Jason Light. How about this? The Bucks have won 3 straight division titles under Bowles, and Light, the two have helped take Tampa Bay at this point to the only NFC team to reach the playoffs in the past 5 years. You know Coach pretty well.
I do. When I came in as a rookie to the Dallas Cowboys back in 2007,
All right, we
he was
got
our
this
secondary
situated.
coach, so I had the opportunity to see him early on in his career and see him really ascend from secondary coach to deep.
Keep that paper handy too, baby, because I might put them up on the chopping block.
With that team, with that organization, and now he has his quarterback that's really at the helm of things. There's never been a question or concern about his defense, his ability for his defense to produce. But now he has his QB, and those guys have been balling out. They've been winning games, and now Tampa is one of the most respected and feared teams in the league.
You see these guys, Caesar, on a regular basis here. What do you make of this news?
Congratulations to him. I mean, it was earned. They won a division.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here for now. I'll be back later on tonight about 10 o'clock.
So congratulations to him.
So hit that follow, tap them likes. See you on the next one.
I'm always going to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, for sure.